back roads of New Hampshire rain or shine. Scotland CQ with that mobile line. Eric's got his 891 and 8 test tight. He's chasing them parks from morning to night. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain and highs. A motley crew with wire and drive, tossing antennas and trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Oh, living the dream. Izzle's in the woods with a stogie lit. Got his logbook down in a chair that fits. But toss him a chip with that barbecue tang. You'll get a ran in the Hamburglar fang. Matt builds them tough and tunes them clean. Reliance hits like a well-oiled machine. Toss a wire in a tree, no need to prepare. 5-9 signals floating through the air. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain and highs. A motley crew with a wire and drive, tossing antennas and trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Oh, living the dream. Salty waltz cocktails from the ocean tide, with the sailor's grin and that coastal pride. He wrote the book on waves and wire, a Rhode Island soul with a northern fire. If he's broke, Rob's the guy to call. He'll tear it down and rebuild it all with a scope, a smile, and zero fear. He's the reason half our rigs still cheer. The route rolls deep with a pack and a plan. Sky above, ground below, mic in hand. From jump zones to parks, he's living it loud. Still grumpy as hell, but making us proud. We ain't perfect and that's just fine. We miss a few calls and forget the time. It's happy hour when we go live. Mics get hot and so do the vibes. So if we slur a bit or lose our roles, just blame the beer in our RF souls. Marvin's got the badge and the winter plan. He'll brave the cold with a rig in hand. When the bands are rough and the tans are low, he's the ham radio guy putting on a show. From Rochester's Edge with a voice so clear, Mike's rocking AM on the modern gear. He's hitting the air with that VHF bite and logging port up till the stars say night. Todd's blowing finals at field day again. Still a proud general, won't let it end. Talks baseball more than he checks his SWR. They'll snag that contact from a mile too far. Let's roll slow through the woods and mud. Mass plates on the FJ, tires chewing the crud. He'll find the path where the signals roam, with a calm CQ from his overland home. We're calling CQ, the signal's wide. From the coast to the pines on the mountainside. We're a band of hands with stories to share, tossing wire and trees, putting watts in the air. Once a month we fire up the screen. It's Northeast Ham Radio, where legends convene. Antennas and trees and friends on the air, for signals we chase and the stories we share. We laugh, we learn, sometimes we swear, but every month you know we'll be there. This is Northeast Ham Radio. Pull up a chair.
All right, now it's working.
Woo.
All
I
right.
was gonna click the button, but I figured you had it. So
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm still learning, and like when I did a live stream not long ago, like it kept looping my intro. I finally learned how to like take it off a loop or whatever. So you know, amateurish, right? You know, it's it is what it is. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Northeast Ham Radio Happy Hour. I'm Mike N2MAK, and I am joined by my compadres from the Northeast. We're short a couple, but I know that there will be a few dropping in later. So, but Eric, who's probably we don't know where Eric is.
Eric is in my chat.
Is he in the chat? I know he said he was going to be watching covertly from the mobile phone. So shout out to Eric and 1JUR for ditching us again. So we're going to have to give him an extra hard time this evening. But welcome to everyone in the chat who's joining us live, regardless what channel you're watching from. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, like we always do each month.
And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
Oh, it's like... Oh yeah, we definitely are. So, Paul, you're right next to me. What's up, brother? What you drinking on tonight?
What's going
what you
on?
been up to?
So I got a little Oban in my Live Free and Ham dram.
Nice.
Courtesy of a buddy of mine from Chicagoland Skydive Center. He came down to visit last month, and this is almost the end of the bottle. So. Yeah, and then of course I got my standard Yingling.
Nice.
But good to be here. Today was an absolutely beautiful day. It was a little too windy for skydiving, but I took care of a bunch of things that I needed to take care of because Sunday I'm changing drop zones.
Ooh, what's that mean?
So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna leave Skydive City, which is where I'm at, and I'm going to go 2.5, almost 3 hours north to Skydive Palatka. It's not far from St. Augustine, so the views from there should be absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward.
Very cool. Very cool. And I just saw it in the chat. Let's see here. We got, I think, a new ham. Someone just got their ticket.
Yeah, I was just trying to find that. There we go.
There
I started, but now I can't find it. The chat's blowing up. You got it? There it is.
So
Okay.
congratulations,
Yes.
KC1ZAR.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats, Nathan. Welcome to the hobby. And you're going to have a lot of fun for sure. And we're sorry that you're spending it with us. No. Nice. Matt, what's going on, brother?
Doing well. Have to work early tomorrow, but there's a park near my customer tomorrow, so probably around 8 or 9 a.m. I'll be activating that. So I haven't been to that one in a little while, so I'm excited about that. Before, supposedly we're getting 6+ inches of snow Sunday into Monday, so got to get out there and enjoy it till we get snowed in.
I see what you did there, Shannon.
Oh, we're shifting. Uh-oh. I think she can
All right,
do the
do
hearts
it.
now.
Do the
Oh! Oh, she's still there. Oh, wrong side.
This way. Yeah, I gotcha.
Nice.
There you go. We got it out
There
of the
it
way.
is.
There it is.
Got it done
There it
early.
is.
Oh, wait. By the way, good evening, folks.
Good evening.
And a lady.
Welcome, Tortoise.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I thought it was 8 o'clock, not 7 o'clock. So I'm sitting here going, it's 10 after. Let me go pop into EV Mux and see what's going on. And yeah, I was late. And by the way, Eric cannot give me crap because where is he? Okay, thank you.
He's doing co-ed naked ham stuff.
Yeah.
In a van down by the river.
Oh, God bless.
They don't call it a buddy pull for no reason.
Oh, boy. I just hope he wears a capacitance hat.
Oh, my God.
Make it electrically longer.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
And just like that, we haven't even finished intros and it's already going downhill. So just wait till I pull out what I'm drinking. Shannon, Michael kind of jumped in. What's going on, hon?
Nothing much, you know. It's good to be back on Northeast Ham Radio. I know I missed the last one because I was down in Florida and, you know, gearing up for the International Women's Day Wild Pota Party in a couple weeks. Some of you guys may have caught me on Ham Radio Clubhouse on Tuesday Always a good
Yes.
time
Sure did.
and had Brew and Activate this morning. Now I'm here with you fine folks. Sunday I'll be on the European Ham Radio Show. So
Very cool.
I'm a busy lady. I'm getting around to all the live streams.
How did Clubhouse get you some extra subscribers?
I think they got me like 3 or 4.
All right.
I think I went from 208 to 211.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a slow process. That's for
Yes,
sure.
it
That's for
is.
sure. What's up, Michael? You're late, but we're glad to have you, bud.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. It's dealing with a sick 2.5 pound terrorist. She's her barker's broken. It sounds like she's got some upper respiratory thing going on, and dealing with that. I've just been sick the last 3 days. Maybe she got it from me. I don't know, but God bless. I've just been sick, but you know, I feel better today. After probably 2 shots of Dayquil this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, but it got me through the day. Working on a giant Amazon project down on the south side of Boston. But we got kicked off of it because the guy didn't realize it was going to be more than 1 day, and our guys said, "Dude, you should have read the schedule." And I was like, awesome. So. But other than that, I was going to try to do something this weekend, but this lovely weather, it might be. I might run down to Fall River Forest. What is it? Fall River Freetown State Forest, and sit in the truck in the rain and snow and weird crap that's going on right now. Dude, I'm so glad that this might be the last snow we have. Yes, I said it, and after this weekend, hopefully it's done and we can just melt it off and we can continue with our lives.
Didn't you hear we're supposed to get like 10 inches of snow on Monday?
Yeah, I know. And I got the plow truck at work already set up and ready to go. So yeah, it's supposed to snow through Monday. And I'm asking my boss, I'm like, okay, I'll plow Sunday night, Sunday. But you know, Monday morning, I mean, I've got to be here early, but then I have to go to freaking the south side by 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's not happening. So we'll figure something out. Hopefully, you know, it's because it's supposed to snow through Monday, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna suck. So
yeah. Well, I'm expecting 12 inches tonight because
that's what she said.
I got trying this for the first time. This bourbon. This is 1 foot cock maple cask. We could just end the show right here because it could go downhill in a hurry. It's actually not bad. It's from Buffalo, just a little west of me. Usually, not the biggest fan of some of like the New York hard liquors because they haven't been aged long enough. You know, they're relatively new, the craft distilleries, but it's nice to support them. But this was actually pretty good. It's got like a nice maple flavor, and I was looking in the liquor store this week. I'm like, I gotta get something fun for the live stream. Last month I was doing dry January, so whatnot.
I had to get a new bottle.
Yep, and I was thinking of that, and Izzo mentioned we'll have to give him a hard time when he shows up because he will be here in a little bit. But he was talking smack about he's not a big fan of maple, and on Clubhouse, if anyone remembers, and stuff. I was just like, you can't live in the Northeast and not like maple, at least in my opinion. But yeah, no. So far so good stuff, and just as all the snow melts up here, it is like 40 and rainy. Like all the winds are kicking in now, and we're gonna end up getting snow again. You know, it melted enough for the kids to go scoop up the yard after the dogs, which was nice. So
Find those nuggets.
yeah, I put them. It's their winter break, so they got put to work. It was a 2-day process, man. It's anyone who's got dogs in the Northeast knows what I'm talking about. It's not fun, but yeah, Good stuff. So we were talking. I think Matt and Michael are talking about doing some POTAs coming up. Matt, I think you're saying you might be out this weekend. What bands you planning on hopping on?
Probably 20 and 40 tomorrow. Just want to do a quick maybe hour at that park. Like I said, I have to be at a customer around, I don't know, 5:45, 6 a.m. tomorrow, early one, and then hopefully done by 8 o'clock. And they are literally just a mile and a half away from this park. So it's
Okay.
awesome. I'll just roll in there, get some contacts, and play around with some. Did you see they come out with that new digital mode, FT2?
Yes.
Yes, I want to play with that.
I might play with that. Not many people on there, I heard, but I'll see if anyone's up that early playing with FT2.
I heard it's really fast.
You have to get your clock speed
Dead
super
nuts.
accurate. Yep.
Oh, you got to start running. What is it? Dimension.
You gotta
Dimension
get
four.
Dimension. Yep.
Yeah, you got to get Dimension running on that. Dude, I've got it running on my computer 24/7 now because yes, it's Windows.
So yeah, I might play a little with that, but definitely do SSB in the beginning.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's interesting when I saw about this. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.8 seconds
fast.
a cycle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now it's not gonna decode or it's not gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? See, but I already have one drink and I'm already struggling. It's not going to be able to pick signals out as efficiently as FT8.
Right. Yeah. It's got to be.
Is, I guess what I'm
yeah,
getting
higher signal to noise.
Well, like
ratio.
negative 14 decibel or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying because, like not that many people go on FT4 anyway, even though it's faster, but because it's faster, it also doesn't work as well with weaker signals. So the faster you go, then kind of the worse it's going to decode depending on, the signal strength, the noise, the QSB, all that good kind of stuff.
Yep.
So you will need a better antenna than you do on FT8.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I think I can see it being nice for contesting purposes. With it being a little bit quicker and stuff. It's always nice to have options because I've gone out to do digital activations, and if you hop on, say 20 meters, and certain like on a weekend, it might be like wall to wall. Like there's really no open spot when you're activating to try to find and everything. And it's nice to be able to switch. Okay, well, let me go to FT4 then, or go to a different digital mode. So it is nice to have those options from time to time. So at least when you're trying to carve out some space in the spectrum. So very cool. Very cool. What antenna? I gotta ask.
Definitely the end fed. If I'm going to try that, it's going to be the end fed. So that's why I'm only doing 40, 20, maybe 10 if 10's open at that time. Tomorrow we'll have to see and go from there. The solar cycle seems to have calmed down a bit, and not many FT1. Was that like 1.6 seconds? Need AI to decode and make contacts?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, end fed half wave, toss it up in a tree, and get some contacts out of that.
Very cool. Very cool. Paul, did you do POTA with any of the guys from when Hamcation was going on? Did you get together and do any of that?
So I went to the POTA meetup, which was a hell of a good time, and I did put a little video up. It's currently channel members only. But it'll go public later. I did not activate though. I just kind of took it all in. I wasn't there to activate because if I wanted to activate the park, I could have sat down at any one of the 10 freaking stations that were set up, and sure I could have activated it. But I wanted to socialize and see everybody and kind of just take it all in. So yeah, I just watched and enjoyed. All the people bitching about interference. It was like a summer field day.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that too, with whether it's with playing radio, like doing POTA, or just going to things like Hamvention, Hamcation, the big shows. That to not have to worry about getting on the radio sometimes or making videos, to be able to be there in the moment and enjoy people and just kind of take it all in. There's something to be said for that, you know. And look who just dropped in.
Trouble.
Mr. Barbecue Potato Chips himself.
I only had 3 chips. That's all it was. That
Maple
doesn't make
flavored
me,
barbecue chips.
it doesn't make me a lover of it. Anyway, good evening, everybody.
Is those new favorite chips are barbecue maple?
See, Grouch, that's how rumors get started. It's that's the problem we have in this country right now. Bad rumors.
I got some maple bourbon for you here, Izzo. So
We got that one-legged cock, or what's
yeah.
One-legged cock.
Yep. 1 foot cock.
1 foot cock. Sorry.
Yep.
All right.
Good stuff. What kind of stogie you got, brother?
This is a Nicaraguan. This is called the Inch, and I got to finish that, and then I got the other one when I'm done. So I'll probably be done in about 30 minutes with this. So just had a meeting with some people, ran home. Not sure what kind of weather you guys got. We got pouring cold rain since 10 o'clock this morning. Is that pretty much the consensus?
That's what we've got. Like everything is. I was joking earlier. Like the kids were scooping the yard after the dogs because like all the snow's disappearing. Like all the
mine
snow that
isn't.
we
You
had.
can have all mine if you want, man.
But the winds are picking up, so I know that it's going to change and get colder because like we were getting warnings for like 50-mile-an-hour gusts and stuff like that. So
I saw the warnings and watches for Sunday and the Monday, and I'm going to bring I have a bag. I keep a bag in my truck. I got a feeling I might be sleeping over. Something tells me so.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. Signed up for it.
Hi, Izzo.
Hi, T.O.
What
the
you
other
doing?
T.O. And the guy next to you, is it which finger? Matt. And then I know her.
Yeah,
and
you were
then,
talking shit about me.
And then
No.
there's him.
Izzo was talking shit about me on the clubhouse.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Replay that thing.
Replay. You're like, hey Shannon, what do you think about tortoise?
No, I said, who's your shit? What did I? Bring in Johnny Cochran. And bring in the Bible. Well, then again, if we bring it in here, it's only going to burn up anyway. Shannon, did I or did I not say, who's your favorite?
Yes.
And you said Paul.
Yes.
Right. And then you're like, what about tortoise? Like I was like,
Chop liver.
yeah.
No, man, you need therapy. No, I
think he also asked me, it may have been before the show started, he said, who's my least favorite?
Oh,
and I told her, I said, you could tell us. No one else is listening. I wanted to see if I could trick her up. But she's a woman. You can't trick a woman up. Women are smarter than us. They're smarter than us.
I'm too nice. I can't say that there's anyone that I don't like.
I was going to
like
say,
everyone.
next time there's the rainstorm, I'll kick you out of the tent.
We're all good. We're all family. We're all brothers, sisters, cousins.
Whoa.
And we all have a 1 foot
We're family.
So,
everyone's got favorites.
Some of us are like third cousins 5 times removed, you know.
You know, I've never understood this remove stuff. Does that mean somebody got divorced or died in the family? How do you get removed? I'll never understand.
I don't know. I think it's something down in Arkansas. I don't know.
Listen,
maybe Alabama.
For those of you that
it might be an Alabama thing.
For those of you that don't know, I'm a genuine genealogy buff, so I can explain to you what removed means. But
please, what?
Please,
Why?
well,
so
you open your mouth. Let's go.
So removed means that 2 people are on different levels of generations, right? So like my first cousin, once removed, we have the same grandparents, but for them it's their grandparent, but for me it's my great grandparent. right?
I'm
Does that make sense?
still more confused. I'm still
So
more.
my first cousin once removed is my mom's first cousin.
Slow
Okay.
down.
Does that make
Slow
sense?
down. No,
Oh,
we gotta
yeah.
have pictures. Men like pictures.
Pictures.
All right. So we have a
Yeah,
family.
we need a family tree diagram.
Right. Correct. So we have a family here, Shannon,
Yeah.
and then you have the mother over here, right down,
Yeah.
and she has siblings. Correct. Doesn't make a difference if she has one or 10. Right.
Yeah.
And are we correct so far?
Yeah.
All right. So take us to the next step. So
my mom's cousin, my mom's first cousin, right? So the
Where's it? Give me over here.
children of her aunts and uncles, right? They're her
Yeah.
first cousins, right? We
Yeah.
understand what a first cousin is.
Correct.
So now my mom has given birth to me, right? So my mom's first cousin is my first cousin once removed.
They're not removed. They're cousins because of the bloodline. Where are you getting the word removed from, though? That's
Because they're one generation removed away from me. So we
Hmm.
have the same grandparents, but for my mom's first cousin, it's their grandparent, right? But for me, it's my great grandparent.
okay. I think I figured it out, and maybe for me, what's going on in my head, my comprehension of the word removed is that you've been removed from the family. Guys, am I right? It has a different meaning in this context.
I think yes. I think you're getting confused with the terminology removed, but it's like you're one generation removed from that person. One generation separated.
Okay, so it's not a bad thing then.
No.
See, I always thought it was
Hmm.
a death, a divorce. Somebody got a shotgun wedding, but they didn't want to do it. Who left me at the altar? Somebody fell down the ditch. They got removed. Something like that. Something dramatic like that. That altered the 23andMe or whatever you want to call it.
The
Exactly.
I'm done.
Jazz hands or something, man.
What you think? What you guys want to see my family? Holy cripes! There's probably enough. I don't know if there's enough roots in the tree.
That's funny.
So, do we really want to go on this genealogy deep dive? Bob asked, "Isn't that the same as a second cousin?" So no. So
Yes,
The
it is.
no, the children of your first cousin once removed are your second cousins. So second cousins share the same great grandparents, and it's great grandparents for everyone on that generation, on that line on the family tree.
Is marrying your second cousin a no-no?
You know,
Not if it's
Depends on what
Alabama.
state.
you know, a lot of
Not if
states,
she's pretty. I
a
mean,
lot
no,
of- so a lot of states don't even do blood tests anymore, right? To see if you're too closely related. And I have
You're
to
funny.
say, like, I have researched my family tree extensively, like back to, reliably back to the Revolutionary War, right? I know who some of my Revolutionary War ancestors are, and I know that my family goes back to Massachusetts before that to like the Great Migration of like 1620. And there wasn't a lot of people here in the United States back then. So I have found instances where siblings, like a brother and sister from one family married a brother and sister from another family. I found instances where like first cousins did marry each other. So I mean, it happened throughout history. That's just the reality of living in a small community where your choice of marriage partners is, probably limited.
So, in other words, I have always been considered the booby prize, but I could have been the golden trophy to some woman, depending on where we were in the village.
Exactly.
Oh,
You
God
know?
bless. Please kill me now.
All hail King Izzo.
Oh boy.
Wow. This just
Meanwhile-
went from here to, like, out there somewhere.
Meanwhile, the prospective bride just jumped out of the castle into the moat, and that's one down. No, seriously, I've always found this genealogy stuff so interesting. I guess my concern, it maybe you guys give me some feedback. When a company no longer exists, what happens to all that information we just, or should we not worry because credit card companies have more information, or mortgages companies have more information? Where do you draw this line of security in here? Thinking, hey, wait a minute, that not only did I give them some spit and some blood, now they got everything else about me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, right? Like, I know some people do have concerns about doing, ancestry DNA tests or whatever company DNA test you want to do to find, where your lineage comes from, find other, members of your family. They actually give you a warning when you take those things, like that you may find out things that you don't want to know. Like, you may find out that your parents aren't your parents. You may find out that you have
That's funny, but it's not funny.
about. I swear, because I've done the ancestry DNA test, but I did a lot of my genealogy way before I did the ancestry DNA test. Like, I go through, census records, marriage records, birth records, death records, last will and testaments, stuff like that. You can do it without doing an ancestry DNA test. An ancestry DNA test is more of just like sort of a little bit for fun, or to like possibly, prove certain connections, or, you know, um like there was a girl who actually, she ended up being in, my family, somewhat distantly related, that she didn't know who her dad was. So she did an ancestry DNA test, and they did ancestry DNA tests on a bunch of the men in the family to kind of try to find out
Oh, that could be embarrassing,
who her dad
depending on
was.
that could right. Paul's looking at me like, yeah, oh yeah, I got to work that day. I ain't taking that test.
So, so the DNA tests, they're a good tool. They can be a little fun for, just finding out, like, oh, I'm, this percent Irish, or this percent French Canadian, or, this percent German. Um, but, you still have to kind of take it a little bit with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny story on that. So, I don't know, over a decade ago, after my wife and I were married for a few years, we did one of those genealogy things. I can't remember what it was, but we sent everything in, and it comes back. And my father, when like I was in high school, he, back in the 90s before the intranets, he was going to the library. He did a lot of research. Like, we traced our roots back to I think it was Landau, Germany, in Bavaria, and we also have family from Ireland. He did a lot of that the old fashioned way. So I know, pretty much Irish and German, half and half. Test comes
Dude,
back.
with that last name, you cannot not be nothing but German. Unless
I was
you're
just
Exactly.
going to say, dude, you
Listen.
are not going to pass. You're not going to pass for a paisan. Let's face it. You're not going to become an Italian.
So, but Izzo, you'll appreciate that being a paisan, right? Now, here's what happens. So the tests come back, and it says I got like a lot of Scandinavian in me, and I'm like, okay, well, I can see that,
Okay.
complexion, whatever. It's not a stretch, whatever. And my wife's comes back, and she's from an Irish and Italian family, and it comes back, and she's like got a huge chunk of North Africa. And we were joking with each other. I'm like, you're my Nubian queen, and I'm your Scandinavian prince, right? But then I was like, wait, hold on.
what?
Your family, you're Sicilian, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's why. Because, like, I mean, back in the day, like, anyone who knows like the history of Sicily, it's like back in the day, everyone would be like, all right,
Hannibal
let's
across the Alps.
let's get drunk and go conquer Sicily. Like, Sicily's been invaded like so many times. I'm like, that's why you're coming back, and you got all this like North African and stuff, is because your family's Sicilian.
Well,
What's the old joke, right? What's the difference between an African and a Sicilian? It's like 700 miles.
Yes, I've heard. Yes, you're absolutely right, Grouch. Grouch is right. So, Shannon, what happens hypothetically? Because I know a guy. He traced his grandfather, or obviously he knows who his grandfather is. But the individual went over to a European country, and when he got there, there were no records to be found. no address, property that he had written on a piece of paper for the longest time, and first name, last name. I don't know if there was no like identification like a social security number, but and he was very disheartened. Like he didn't know, did he come over to America in a different name? Was he a bad man and he was running from somebody? Did he take the name of somebody who, fell into the water? And it was just, what do you do when you hit that wall? Any suggestions for people
Yeah, I
what to
mean,
do?
it is literally called a brick wall, and sometimes that just happens in family lines. In my own family, my French Canadian family, right, their last name was like Champeau. So when people are going around taking the census, you're someone is verbally saying like, oh yeah, these are the names of the people that live here. Sometimes people didn't know how to spell their name, or the spellings weren't standardized. So
Well,
I
that's
have
just
these
yeah.
people in the list, and they're like Champeau, Chompoo, or Schaumpau, or shampoo. So sometimes you have to be a little creative and, try different spellings of names, or look, okay, where did they live on, the census in 1900, and then look at that same address in 1910 and see if, they're still living
Yeah, it was
there,
done.
or
Yeah, down that as well as they went backwards too.
yeah.
They went backwards, and it was brick wall after, and then he went to another. I don't know if he went to like a federal government. It's different than how we have things here, but he came home and he was very depressed. And of course, it was the greatest. We had the greatest jokes in Thanksgiving and Christmas until he, got mad and started, almost throwing food at us and telling us to shut up. But it was, I don't know. It was kind of sad in a way, but just how he told the story, it was very comical because you weren't expecting that. Yeah, you just were not expecting that.
And a lot of
Yeah,
times too, right? Like going into the past and going into countries like Ireland, Europe, maybe even England, right? They didn't have central registries of births like we have now, right? Like babies weren't even barely born in hospitals. They were born at home, and you would
a
register their
midwife,
birth.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
you would register their birth later on, or a lot of times the only records would be like the records at the church, right? So the baptismal records.
Yeah, he went to a
And
church. Yes, yes, yeah,
uh,
he did that also.
that's
Yeah,
that's how it is for a lot of the French Canadian things, and all the records are in French too, by the way. So if you don't read and understand French, it can be very difficult to decipher these records, and they're all in cursive. So people like to talk about how a lot of schools are getting rid of cursive writing and learning, and it can make it very difficult to read these ancestral historical records. So
A
sometimes
lot of schools are getting rid of a lot of things.
when you
started with the prayer and the salute of the American flag, right? That piss. Oh, I know we just jumped the shark here, but I'm sorry.
but so when you hit brick walls like that, that can be where sometimes an ancestry DNA test can help, because if so once you do the ancestry DNA test, you find other people that have similar matching DNA to yours, right, that are potentially related to you, and they give you a potential relationship that this person has to you. So if you can narrow down the family lines of these people that are on your list, and you can say, okay, I know that this person came from this line, this person came from this line. Then if you find those people that you can't put into a category, then you can say, okay, let me talk to this person, let me investigate a little further, because they may be able to help you break open that brick wall that you've been having a problem with. They may have firsthand records, copies of the stuff that you're looking for. So
What?
Yeah, Eric, shut up. We're just reading the comments. No, so this individual hit the brick wall in 2 or 3 areas, and then, and I remember him explaining it to us. He says, "I wasn't expecting to come from royalty. I wasn't expecting to come from the guy from the peddler, the small businessman, but he just, I guess, in a way, we all want to find something about our families in some weird way. Whether you had a good childhood, bad childhood, or whatever. I guess somewhere we want to find something because I think where we are with TV, when the History Channel became available to us and the Military Channel came available to us, we start learning about history different than what was taught from us in school. It becomes very exciting to some, especially me. I get very excited with history, love it. But I think when it hits the wall, it gets frustrating. It's like how you explain.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, every generation that you go back, like your number of grandparents double. Like you have two, grandparents, you have four great grandparents, you have eight great great grandparents. So, when you kind of hit that brick wall on one line, you can sort of like divert to another line and like, okay, let me try researching this one as far back as I can. Let me try, so you can kind of always, wow,
I'm sorry, Mike.
poor tortoise must be so bored.
I'm
No,
sorry.
all I'm thinking is I did my genealogy, and every Lathwood in the United States, there's only like 36 of us,
Right.
are related to me. Every Lathwood in Africa, South Africa, is related to me. Every Lathwood in continental Europe is related to me, including England.
So who came over to America then, Mike?
It was my great grandfather and my great grandmother on my dad's side, a Haverly and a Lathwood.
And where and what part or like what?
Well, they
like
came from
East
England.
Coast to where?
East Coast into
East Coast.
New York City.
Got it.
I've got the pictures of.
See, that's nice. We all want that.
Amen.
I think secretly we would all love something like that.
It was tough to trace back, though. I mean, because I didn't know a lot about my great grandfather, my great grandmother. So, but they came fresh off the boat. They were kids with my great great grandmother, my great great grandfather. They were just kids off the boat.
Was Ellis Island easy to get information from Ellis Island?
No, I got mine through Ancestry.com.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if you went directly.
I got the little leaf, and I was like, and then I started digging through the records, and then I found it. So, but I was just to say, my family goes back to the United States to the early 1900s. That's it. Not that far.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I'm
good.
good.
I got a
I'm good
text
about
from
1900. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just got a text from Eric. He
Oh,
said that he's like, you got to get control of the show, and he
No.
said the trick is to always tie it back to an antenna. So who knew that Yagi and Uda were cousins twice removed?
Yeah. Yes.
And Rybakov was the redheaded stepchild that never made the fucking cut.
Right. And Louis Varney, who was G5RV, married into the Reliance family. Am I right? Am I right, Matt? Come on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds good to me.
Everything's full circle with an Alex loop.
Yep.
Well, where the hell is Eric? I was worried about being late tonight. Where the heck is he?
I don't know if it's date night or
Secret mission.
I was late. Don't feel bad. I was 10 minutes late. I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, what's going on at EV Mux? Because I thought it started at 8. No, it was 7. So,
all right.
Eastern time. You should know by now.
Yeah.
These ones start early.
Oh yeah,
because the old men need to go to bed.
Right.
Oh.
Do we all come from either Africa or somewhere Nordic? Has that been determined? I believe somewhere there's like, or maybe somewhere in Asia, there's like 3 locations I believe that you possibly, and I'm talking about a lot of hops and skip backwards, right? Shannon, is that a true statement?
I mean, my genealogy, my DNA test does not show any African descent, but I'm pretty much all well, I just posted it in chat. I'm like 38% Irish, 29% French Canadian, 16% Scottish, 9% English, 4% Danish, 2% Welsh, and 2% German.
They
So
could break it down that much. Wow.
I am English, German, and Irish, and that's it.
So the way that I understand it, right, is you go all the way back to the caveman days,
Right.
right? You either came from the Middle East, you came from the Baltic kind of Scandinavian region, or you came from Asia. Those were like the 3 or 4 regions. Elon, get me?
Sometimes I feel like putting on a helmet with horns and just sitting there and just devour a woolly mammoth. I mean, I get hungry.
Barbecue flavored woolly mammoth.
No barbecue flavor woolly mammoth. No, we're gonna cook them good, and no barbecue
maple
sauce,
syrup.
and no barbecue sauce either, or A1, Shannon. Just so you know, okay? Just remember that one.
Yeah, apparently I'm not going to live down the A1 steak sauce on, my medium rare steak.
I do
Just
not
the
mind
tiniest
A1.
little bit, guys, okay?
I mix it.
Just to give it a little bit of spice, some zing, some flavor.
Something.
Put a
But you
little
know
Worcestershire on it.
But some of those, Shannon, Carlos came in like a lawyer, and you turned it around. You had the jury. You flipped the jury around, and we were basically going to push Carlos out of the plane. Literally,
I mean, he loves to jump out of the plane anyway, so what does it matter?
Oh, well.
I redeemed myself.
I mean, how cool is this?
That is very cool.
How cool is that?
Listen,
that's very cool.
Okay. Someone tried to tell me that I need to jump out of a plane with Carlos. They tried to bargain with me.
Yes.
And say, if I have to get my extra, then you have to jump out of a plane with Carlos. But
I think that's a fair deal.
It's a good deal.
I had to put the kibosh on that because I will have a heart attack. I will probably die on the way down if I have to jump out of an airplane. I am so afraid of heights.
You won't see the bottom.
I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. All right. Listen. Throw a $5 super chat in the mix, right? And whatever we end up with, I will make up the difference, and I will make up the difference. Shannon, you're gonna go up with Carlos.
No,
yes.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
And you're gonna love it. He'll give you a little bit of free fall time, and then he'll give you some canopy time, and he'll pass the radio to you, and you can make some QSOs under canopy. Yes.
It's not the falling out of the airplane; it's that sudden stop at the bottom.
Yeah, it's that radio hitting you.
And listen, I've seen Carlos land time after time after time. He is a phenomenal freaking canopy pilot. He will land you safely.
It's like a feather. He's like a feather.
Miles genuinely wants to jump out of the plane with Carlos, but Carlos said he has to be 18 first. But if Miles still wants to do it when he's 18, then I will let Carlos take Miles up in an airplane and jump out of the plane with him.
But you should do it.
Yep.
You should.
Hey, Shannon.
Here we go. Andy Cowley. Andy Cowley.
Andy Cowley. And that euro is a heck of a lot higher.
That's
more
like
than
$7, man.
That's $7.
Like
Nice.
the snow Mexicans up north and their pesos.
Snow Mexicans.
Speaking of snow Mexicans, where's Jody? I haven't seen him in the chat.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him yet.
He's my brother from a northern mother. Or a Canadian mother.
You got that from 23andMe?
Yeah. He's my brother from a Canadian mother.
Very nice. Thank you for the super chat there, Andy.
Who did that? That didn't go on mine, so.
Aw, Ham DeLorean. Thank you.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to make a promise that I can't keep.
I do want to
appreciate
jump with
Uh-oh.
Carlos.
But
That would be fun.
But I appreciate every super chat. See, there you go. We'll get Mike to do it.
Hey, Mom, I'll jump out and... Mom,
I do want to. I'd love to get down. It's tough to get down to Alabama. It's easier for me to get out to Hamvention, obviously, but I know that Carlos he knows more. I think like
Mom,
the
what if I jump
Hey,
out really
Skydive
we're
Cincinnati
gonna
or whatever.
be-
There's like some restrictions with the tandems out there. But
We're gonna
if
we're
I
gonna
gotta drive to
jump for Dayton.
Chicago or what's that?
We're gonna
You're gonna
jump
jump?
at Dayton.
But can you do tandems?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I thought
I
last
thought
year there was
tandem.
Last year he
last
couldn't do
three.
tandems.
Oh, I thought last year he did 3 from Alabama, from Huntsville.
Yeah,
Was it
Huntsville
Renee?
he can do the tandems. I don't think that he could.
No.
Last year he couldn't do them out in Dayton. So
There was 2 in Huntsville. It was Jim and Jess.
So when did Renee go? Was that
That was a couple years ago.
okay?
But here's a little secret that maybe you didn't know. Renee is going to be at Chicagoland Skydive Center in June
Nice.
to do ground school and her AFF course so that she can get her A license.
Excellent.
Very, very excited for Miss Renee. Yeah,
Excellent.
that is awesome.
oh man, thank you guys so much for the super chats, and we're gonna make sure that these go towards jumping for sure. What I was gonna say is one of the things I want to do if I get a chance to jump with Grouch or Carlos is I want to do it if I can get on the radio. I want to jump and call out on 220. I want to do parachute mobile on 1.25 meters. I have no shame. I will totally hit up Kenwood and be like, "Hey, we know the ICOMs are drop tested, right? You all sell a $500 radio. Otherwise, I'll jump with a Fang, but or an Alinco. I got a couple.
Oh
of
no,
Alincos
you don't
that
want
I'll
to. You don't want to jump with a Fang.
Okay, then I'll jump with an Alinco.
Nope.
But
I've
I
been
think
there,
it'd be
tried
fun.
that.
And
And
Yeah,
What
what was the end of
it's
the Fang
terrible.
story?
No,
Okay.
it was absolutely terrible.
Was
no,
it?
the Balfang under canopy, terrible receive, terrible transmit audio quality, just absolutely
Really?
terrible.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yep.
oh, I have some ham news, but you go ahead. I'm gonna go find this picture.
way to ruin the giveaway tonight, Grouch.
We don't want that radio. Can't jump out
I'm
of
just saying.
plane.
Listen, a Fang is an okay radio. It just is terrible in the air.
Man.
Yeah, no, I can see that with the receive on it, like especially once you get up high.
Yeah.
And you're starting to pick up all kinds of stuff because you're line of sight for miles and miles and miles more than you would be down on the ground. That actually makes sense. I never thought about that.
When I can hear you in the 911 center, we have problems.
Yeah, no, my first parachute mobile jump that I did with Carlos, I took the Fang because I figured like, well, I mean it's $25. Like if I drop it, it's no big deal.
Right.
$20 is $20.
Right. And you're like, if I
But-
don't make it, the Fang makes it. You know, I mean, at least something made it.
But so for the channel members that can see that video, because that video will never go public. That's the very first parachute mobile. I struggled to get Carlos, and then I struggled to get Renee and Steve on the ground, and like I mean you can hear the audio where like my audio level is there, and then it's just gone. And Carlos couldn't hear me anymore or anything. And the next day, I jumped with the FT3D, and I made 17 contacts.
Wow.
Nice.
And that's quick. And Paul, what's that? 17 contacts in like what? 2 minutes maybe? You don't have a lot of time.
No, it was about 12 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
You get like 12 to 15 minutes under canopy.
Don't share it yet, Mike.
Okay. Michael's got something queued up for us now. I'm glad you mentioned that, Paul, because like that's helpful to know, and it makes total sense. Like when you think about the receivers and the sensitivity and stuff on the fangs and how easily they can be desensed and compared to some other radios. Okay.
Yeah. Now, granted, I mean, I didn't have a tiger tail on it, so that may have made a difference if I had done that. But you really shouldn't need it, right?
No.
For those that missed it, this week I did a parachute mobile via All-Star, which that was really
That's
cool.
Okay, how did you do that? What's the equipment and where were you go? Like how you're obviously going into a talk group, an all-star talk group.
Yeah, so the node here in the trailer,
Yeah.
was connected to 580.871, which is the live free and ham node.
Yeah.
Which is also connected to Jason 2.0's hub.
Correct.
And so I tested it a couple times. Like I could hit it from the loading area, and then once I got up in the plane, I tested it a couple more times. Before we got to full altitude, and I was still able to hit it. So I had a lot of confidence that it was going to work and it was going to work well. But it was one of those things that like I never tried it. And so, I got out of the plane at 13,700 feet. I was fully opened by 12,500, and the downside was I was Bluetooth. I had my old motorcycle headset connected to my helmet, and so I had that connected Bluetooth to the FT3D. So when I hit the recording, it recorded all of my received audio, but it didn't record any of the transmitted audio. So that kind of sucked.
So Paul, were you going from your Yaesu to a Pi strap? How are you connecting to down below?
No, so it was the radio up in the air to the Pi in the trailer.
Got it.
And on the ground. Yep.
Nice.
Which is
Paul,
amazing.
we had a question about weight for tandem jumps. You know what that is? Like,
so it's drop zone specific, but on average, it's 220 to 240, kind of the max.
Well, I'm not doing a tandem.
Wait, 220 per person?
Max? No. For the person taking the ride.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not going.
It all depends. It all depends on the size of the canopy, the tandem canopy that the drop zone has.
Okay,
dude, it's gonna have to be like a 240 for me.
It's probably going to be like a 260 or better.
Oh, bite me.
No, listen, I'm just being honest. Like most of the tandem canopies are,
are they 260 above?
240, 260 or better.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. I would try to be like, in a generalist. All right.
No, I'm talking square footage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was being a generalist. It's like a pound per square foot, literally. It was a joke there, and just everybody left it go. God. All right. In other amateur radio news, where's Rabbit? He's still in the chat.
Hey, talking about those
Rabbit.
antennas.
Where's the Rabbit at?
He was in someone's
Yeah,
chat.
Rabbit's.
Yeah.
Rabbit's in my chat.
Is he in your chat? All right.
He
I
hopped on in.
I don't even know whose chats I'm in. I'm in 4 chats right now.
It gets so confusing.
That sounds like a personal problem. So, he didn't come up yet. So, Rabbit and I have been talking about this, and I thought this was cute.
I like that. I like those graphics. That's nice.
Who quit playing with
it?
We're both double clicking it at the same
right?
time.
So it's in
Dude,
the
I love it.
It's in the works.
That's awesome.
It's in the works. Did you see the frequency on the radio?
Yeah, on both of them. I'm like,
And the other one says zoo, but this one says 14,300. That was Rabbit. That was his little touch there. But yeah, we put this together. So we're in the works, talking about it, trying to get a night that we can do it. And I've got to get into EV Mux and start building a studio. So, but
very cool.
it's going to be the tortoise.
So, yeah.
I figured that'd be awesome.
I like that. I really,
And
really do.
he actually mentioned it at one time, and I didn't see it. He said it in the chat at one time, and I was like, dude, I didn't even see that. So you had the idea before I did. Oh yeah. Yes, Eric, it is.
So I clicked on it and someone clicked on it at the same time and it closed.
The peanut gallery could shut the fuck up.
If
And
you're
by
not
peanut gallery, I mean Eric.
He's not being a good date tonight, is he?
Eric, not
No
here.
shit.
For someone who couldn't be on the show, he's awful mouthy in the chat.
His nose is deep in that phone.
Yeah,
can't get away.
He's co-ed naked in the backseat of his fucking truck, just giving us shit on the stream for no reason.
Eating that vegan Chinese food on a Friday night.
Yeah, there you go. Got his tofu going on.
Okay.
Don't get me started with tofu. Tofu is so disgusting.
I was just gonna say tofu is good.
Oh.
I love tofu. And I'm not even like vegan or vegetarian.
Tofu only tastes like whatever you cook it in.
Exactly. Yeah. Other than that, it tastes like
the Thai food place. I get like tofu pad Thai or like deep fried tofu triangles.
No.
I'd
have to be on the island.
I'm not eating it.
I think I would have to be on the island where there's no access to coconuts, seafood, or anything rats that I can, cut up and slice and just do a rotisserie. If the tofu tree is there, I don't know. It's
exactly. Oh, that's is it still going?
All right, RGD has an actual radio-related question. So RGD is a ham from England, and he said he just got his license last week.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! So here in America, the digits in your call sign, for the most part, has to do with where your license was issued. So the Northeast is call area 1. New York is like call area 2. There's a map. I know California is like call area 6. The West is call area 0. I don't exactly know all the call areas off the top of my head.
Can I give him a suggestion? There are some great maps if he likes paper, and I've seen them also in JPEG files, whatever. Get a couple different maps. One of the world, and I use this on a reference down in the shack all the time. Now all of a sudden you'll hear, and matter of fact, Shannon, you mentioned it when you were working the Indian station. What was that, Yankee uniform? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I love having that reference easily, readily available. Boom. And it's amazing. Once you start working, especially like on 10 meters or 20 meters, once you start working some DX 15 meters, all of a sudden you start learning those prefixes. It's very cool. It is very, very cool.
Yeah.
We're not going to answer that question. I do love barbecue sauce, but I also believe you don't want to saturate anything of your barbecue sauce. You don't want to saturate. That's the worst thing I think you can do. And besides, I like it wet or dry anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Everyone knows the A1's for tofu anyway, so.
God,
listen, A1 on tofu probably would taste pretty good.
Yeah. That's disparaging.
Yeah, because it would taste like A1.
Yeah, exactly.
A1 tastes good. Do you guys?
We'd have to be on the island. We'd have to be on the island of the cargo ship that was bringing A1 in and happened to wreck and.
Izzo would have that luck. Izzo would have that luck.
I mean,
coconuts with A1 sauce.
For the lovely Europeans in the chat, we can talk about HP sauce.
What's that? What's
H-
HP sauce?
HP sauce is sort of like an English version of A1 steak sauce.
It's
As
like
far as I
brown
know,
and
I
yeah.
have never tried it. I've only heard of it. Y'all know I'm an Anglophile, so I need to know everything I can about England and English culture.
I'm sure they got it on Amazon.
God bless America.
Amen.
He says HP sauce is the best. Look at that. There you go.
See?
We said fuck you to the crown.
That's why we took the tea and we threw it into the harbor. There was a reason for that, wasn't there?
Exactly.
It wasn't only about the taxes, was it?
We threw their
Listen,
freaking their bullshit A1 sauce in the harbor too.
Listen, all right. If you actually look at English history, during the time of the American Revolution, when we were crying about the taxes that we were getting over here, we were paying less taxes than what the English people in England were paying.
Well, it's funny you said that. 'Cause no, she's serious. Because when the war was over, George Washington had a meeting with everybody. And you know what he said? How are we going to pay for the war? And he was coming up with ideas. And everyone's like, wait a minute, that's a tax. That was the whole reason of us having the war.
No
But
whiskey
Washington
rebellion.
said we have got to pay now. We have bills. And how are we going to pay for these bills? It was just kind
Tariffs.
of ironic. A tariff, right? Whatever you want to call it.
Whiskey tax.
Here, Shannon.
Tax.
Look what I found for you on Amazon.
Oh,
A whole 2-liter
A
jug
2
of HP
liter.
sauce.
Someone buy that for her and ship it to her. Someone buy it and send it to her.
It just popped up. I was like, oh my God, 2 liters of this
I
crap?
want 2 liters of HP.
She'll be taking shots in that next live stream.
Oh, no.
listen, okay.
Bleh.
Drop it in the super chat if you guys want to see me take a shot of HP sauce. I'll do. Okay, I won't jump out of an airplane with Carlos, but I'll take a shot of HP.
Does it have a
sauce.
consistency like the A1 ketchup? Is it thick or is
I
it
don't
like
know.
thin?
I never
have
tried
no
it.
find out.
dude.
We're gonna find out. Oh
She'll
my
find
God.
out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
A1 sauce is older than HP. I looked it up.
Is it really?
1820s. Yeah, 1820s for A1 sauce and 1895 for HP. So the British copied us.
Yeah.
See, look, there's the comments again.
His comments. He's watching. He's listening. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room in the stream. Come and join us.
Yeah.
We'll put you right in the middle, Eric.
Just put your clothes back on.
Please.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, since we're an hour in, and yeah, hour
Mike,
in,
didn't you have a
Something,
giveaway?
Mike.
I do,
Yeah.
I do, and
What are you
and
giving
we
away,
can
Mike?
go back to talking about condiments.
God
But,
bless. I hope it's not a Bowfang.
No, he's
It
giving
is a
away.
Bowfang.
He's giving away the 1-foot cock.
Yeah.
Which is really only 6 inches.
I could break character for a moment here. Better to talk about condiments than condoms, okay?
Yeah.
What the
So-
hell? Is camouflage? What if
Here
you
we go.
lose-
Yes,
you
it
drop
is.
it and you lose it.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. It's a Baofeng K63 tri-band 2
Oh,
125
Oh my
70
gosh.
centimeters.
Eric just sent a $20 super chat.
Nice.
She has to drink a pint of it.
Is that an American pint or an English pint? Because you know they're different,
Oh,
right?
Oh,
They're
here
different.
we go.
And he just took over as channel boss.
Ooh.
We know
So-
who's watching this channel.
Here it is.
Wang.
You've seen it on my channel. I've played with it a little bit. It's still got the screen protector on there.
Oh.
It's
Put
still
it back
like
up. Put it back up.
Put it back
All right,
up,
so
Mike.
open it. Yeah, it's stupid green screen, and the thing is
No.
camouflage. That's not going to help. But yeah, so it's still, well,
I
it's
like
the
that,
tan
Mike.
camo.
Listen,
It's,
that thing
It's the
looks like a
redneck
toy.
version.
It's 6 watts. That's 6 whole watts.
Yeah,
Does it have a orange
6
on it
watts
too?
is 6 watts.
it's got USB-C. It is like the Quanshangs. You can hack it with the open source stuff, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of support for the open source for this one particular model. But it's a tri-band. You got 1,000 memory channels, USB-C, and all that fun stuff. So let's start the giveaway here. And I'll preface this by saying, after my experience shipping out 4 Bowfangs this week for my giveaway for Happy Valentine's Day, I'm only going to do US, so US only. So sorry for the HP sauce aficionados.
Aw.
I'm just going to do US only
Well,
because
you
I
know
got to
what?
send it ground because of the
Um,
battery. But
in
Yeah.
region 1, they don't even have 1.25 meters, but they get 4 meters.
Yep. Yeah. So what I've learned, like with 220, 125 meters, like that's one of the challenges. It's like the Grouch. He's only allowed so many places. It's like no.
He gets to the border, and there's the dead end. There's the brick wall.
Yeah. And
I'm
so all right,
permanently banned from Facebook Marketplace.
yeah. So we're going to let this go. We'll go back to the other thing. So now I know it's running. So yeah, Triband, hashtag Triband. You'll see others doing it. Put it in the chat. We'll pull it in a little bit. But yeah, and that's one of the downsides. There's a lot of benefits. And I know Izzo, you have some history, I think, with 220 out in your area in Connecticut and stuff. And it's kind of this sweet spot between 2 and 70 where,
really is.
you get some of the benefits of both bands when it's, long, you talk about long distance, or, like 2 meters, but also penetration like you get with 70 centimeters and stuff in urban areas
Good
and
penetration,
buildings
right.
and stuff. So you get like the best of both worlds, but it's a chicken and the egg scenario because it's only allowed in so many so many countries, and so the manufacturers, it's you're kind of limited to, honestly. I think in production you have the Baofangs, the TYTs, the cheap Chinese radios, so to say. I have a couple of Linkos that are not in production anymore, and the only major manufacturer that's making something for 220 is that one Yaesu handheld. Was it like the VX6 or something like
Yep.
that?
The XXR.
That'll put out like a watt or a watt and a half.
That's what
on,
Kenwood
on,
did.
on 220. Yeah.
About 15, 20 years, Kenwood
Yeah.
had a Tribander.
Yeah, and then Kenwood's got the Tribander too. But that's it. Like, and it's not a lot. So, if all of a sudden it's a challenge to get equipment to do stuff, and everything that's in production now is FM only. There's nothing in production for weak signal. If you wanted to do SSB or you wanted to do digital modes, not available unless you get a transverter.
Yeah, it's transverter all the way.
Yep. So it's frustrating, and my mantra, leave no band behind, because if we don't use it, we lose it. And that was the case. We lost some stuff from 220. We lost some Spectrum to UPS, which I don't think they really used. And so it's an unfortunate thing, but there's definitely some benefits. And if we can get more people on 220, I actually had a Simplex contact this week on 223.5. A ham who's just like a mile or two from me, realized he was looking, he wanted to try to work me during the VHF contest. And he's like, I got a Triband somewhere. He couldn't find it. And he found it. And it was during Clubhouse, I think, and on Tuesday night. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm like, all right, I got my Triband right here. Let's, we had like a quick little QSO on 223.5. But, the more people you can get active on some of these bands, or even just calling out on 2 meters, I think the better, because, if we don't use it, we lose it. It's been that way before. And, there's interest in VHF and UHF by private corporations. And we're seeing that with 900 megahertz. We're seeing it with 70 centimeters with some of the satellites. So I think the more people we can get active, and the better. And there's some pros, and it's a good learning experience anyway when you try different bands and different modes. And I'll get off my stump because I could just go on forever.
Let me throw a couple things at you, and I don't want to sound like the old man here, but it's a little disappointing, because when I was introduced to 220 back in the early 90s, again, in my neighborhood or my county, we'll just say, within 10 miles from each other, we had three to six guys with 220 equipment. So it's no different than, hey, I want to play with DMR or D Star, or you kind of gotta look at who do you have local to bounce
Yeah.
ideas off. What should I buy? What should I do? Go to the Ham Fest. Hey, this guy's selling. I remember it was an Icom 220 rig, and the guy wanted like $200 for it. And my buddy he says, no, he says $50, no more. You know, but we did it. We did it, and we played around, sort of like what we do in Discord now. You know how we have all these little separate little groups. 220 was the same thing too. And then there was, when you wanted to play, when the 2 meter band, when the 2 meters at night was so busy from 7 o'clock to about maybe 10 or 11, we would go over to either 2 meter simplex or the 220 and rag chew over there. And it was, so if nothing else, we learned about, just like you said, Mike, about the propagation of it and what you can do, the pros and cons. I feel bad here in my region. I don't think there's any activity going on. I believe in California and a lot of the states out west, and if there's somebody in the chat who can verify, I know a lot of it is being used for potentially linking repeaters, because that is legal to link your repeaters via 220. And guys and gals are probably using it for rag chew. It just takes at least 2 people in your local group.
There is a 220 repeater linked to Jason 2.0's All-Star node. Found that out the other day.
Excellent, cool. So maybe it's
I
going
was
to
like,
take
hey, I'm coming in on the 220 repeater. Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be a rebirth, but again, it just takes a group of guys to say, let's get it going. But it's sort of like with me with this whole Meshotastic stuff with me. I really don't have anybody in the area to do anything. So I'm not, and I'm busy with other things. I'm busy right now with other things. And then maybe two years, and who knows where equipment and the technology is going to be with that stuff. And then, so. Well, but if you have an opportunity, try it. I think you'll like it. I think somebody's out there. I think you'll like 220. I really, really do.
Yeah, and here's a tip. If there's, I know we saw like 1 or 2 people in the chat earlier who just got licensed recently, and I remember when I was taking my tech, I asked one of the VEs about 220 in the area. I'm a COVID ham, so it was during the pandemic, so everything I kind of did was on my own as far as studying, and I didn't really have any interaction with hams until I went to go take the test. And I asked, I remember him saying, yeah, you might be able to find 1 person or 2 to talk to you on 220, but it's not really used and stuff. And because one of the radios I was thinking about was getting, the B-Tech tri-band, which I eventually got down the road, and everything. But is when you're studying or you're going through the process, as a new ham, you're thinking, oh, I want to be able to do all the bands. I want to do everything. And the reality is you learn as you get a little bit more experience that, well, everyone's not doing everything. There's certain bands or certain modes that are more popular than others. But you also realize that there's no radio or antenna that does everything right. And that's why we all have so many HTs and so many transceivers and so many antennas, is because there's no perfect one. So.
Mike, are there any mobiles out there? Because I remember I had this Kenwood mobile. I can't remember it was a tri-band mobile. It came with the 2 meter and the 77 meter. Then you can add a third module. You had your choice of 50 megahertz, 220, 1 point something, I believe. As of course, I put the 220 in, and it was fun to have 35 watts. And all I had on my truck was a quarter wave. But man, again, based upon the repeaters that I was using, as well as the local guys, and I bought another one, put it in the ham shack. I ran a Yagi. I found a 220 Yagi, and it was great. It was absolutely great.
There's a couple mobiles out there, and I'll start off with first Kenwood. I don't think their new one is out yet, right? The mobile that they announced like over a year ago. I don't think that's out yet.
What do you mean? They're on the forefront of the budding technology.
Yeah. But
there's a joke in there somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah. The other ones that I know of is for like 100, 150-ish or something like that. There's a TYT, which I have, which is a mono band. TYT makes a couple mono bands, and they make one that is for 1.25 meters, FM only, but it's when I think I get like 60 plus watts out on FM. So I mean, it way more than enough than I need for what I use it for. And then there's an Anytone tri-band that will do, I think, the like 50 watts or maybe it's 25 on 125, and then it does 50 watts on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. I forget the model number, if it's like a 578 or something. I know R&L Electronics sells it, a couple others. Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, has talked about that tri-band mobile for a while because that's the only tri-band mobile that has a detachable face. So like as far as a permanent install in a mobile vehicle, that's going to be pretty convenient. And then BTEC makes a tri-band that'll do like 25 watts, and I think they have another tri-band with a detachable face. I forget the model, but it only puts out like 5 or 10 on 220. So it's not a lot. It's a bit of a compromise. And then you get into antennas, like tri-band antennas, you're not going to find many options at all. There's going to be like 2.
I
3.
I think the best multi-band radio VHF UHF that came out was
Grouch. Puppy. Hold on.
Dude,
Hold on.
I just
Puppy time. Puppy time.
I just got this picture. My buddy decided to not bring my dog back, and so he's like,
He stole your dog.
He's here.
Dog
He's like,
napped.
swing by when you're done.
He dog napped him.
Dog napping.
Nice. Before I was rudely interrupted by 2 dogs.
I'm sorry.
I'm just giving you shit. Mike, was the FT736R, the ASU, where you could put the different modules into it. It was a base station, but that was one of the first big VHF UHF radios I ever worked in. It was a big contesting rig. You can even get
Nice
1.2 and 2.4 modules for it. The ham band. You can drop the modules into it.
I think that's such a cool concept, and I've heard about that with that radio and some others where like there were modules, and so like if you wanted to have maybe 270 and 6 meters, then you could do that. But if you wanted 125, then you could take out 6, put that in, or whatever. I think that's.
But Mike, you know what the issue is? It's because manufacturers. Let's go to the business plan here. And I'm not defending them, but I think I'm hitting the nail on the head. These manufacturers are going to figure out what does the ham community want to use, what are they going to do, can they sell enough radios, is there enough parts and accessories for them to make some money on, or is it just not worth their while? What are the trends? And I think for maybe a small percentage of us who want certain things, we're going to have to just deal with it and just try to find vintage stuff, or if someone knows a hack of taking like somebody was asking before about a 220 a repeater. I don't know if the manufacturers are, maybe Tortoise can answer, but I don't know if anybody doing a repeater anymore, a 220 repeater.
Yeah,
it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is it's mostly the used market. You're going to find anything with 220 unless they're using like a transverter or so. It's homebrew.
It's right, or these guys are finding some vintage stuff that's in good shape, and they're nursing it along, and they're finding parts, and they're hoarding the parts in a shed somewhere. So when something goes, even duplexers. I'm trying to think of some of the big manufacturers in the public safety world. I have seen nothing for the commercial world. In the commercial band plan for them, I don't see anything unless it's no. I'm sure a special order could be made, and these people have money, and they'll get it made, but. There's nothing on this, and it's too bad. But again, I'm not saying it's our own fault, but it's what we as hams, what are we gravitating towards? And they're watching us. They're watching our buying trends, obviously. And
our lovely friends at Bridgecom supposedly has a 220 megahertz repeater.
Excellent.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, it's getting anything 220 is kind of tough. It really is.
It's like a self-perpetuating cycle, right? I think on the 24-hour pod I talked about this, is that like, if they don't have radios for tri-band, then no one's going to use the tri-band. So then
Yeah.
they're like, well, nobody's using it, so we might as well not make any radios for it. But we don't make any radios for it. That's why nobody's using it. So,
Yeah.
you know,
What came first, the chicken or the egg? Again.
Yep. Exactly.
yeah, I did end up getting I bought a 220 radio from someone at my club. I think it was a TYT, and they were selling it for like $100. It was the radio, the Pelican case, the battery, homebrew copper antenna. So I couldn't pass that deal up, right? It was so cheap. I haven't put it up yet. There is a 220 repeater in Danvers, and I think there is at least one weekly net on it. But it's like you guys said, it's like once if people start using it, right, you get a group of friends together, you start a net, either daily net, weekly net, whatever it is, and then it ends up growing, right? So it's like that W1 ASS repeater up there in New Hampshire that nobody was using it, and then that kid Anthony and a bunch of other people, they started using it. They had their 5 o'clock weekly roundtable. Now Anthony is basically on there 24/7. Anytime anyone calls out, he answers, So it's like now people are talking on there all the time. And it's, kind of like with the PokeNet too, same thing is that I've talked about the PokeNet so much, and I get, these new hams or people that are just coming back into the hobby. And I'm like, hey, if you can reach this repeater, give us a shout out. We're on every day at 8:30 in the morning. We're super friendly, super laid back. We just want to hear from you. And now it's like this net that when I first joined it, a year and a half or 2 years ago, that maybe had 5 guys on it on a good day and lasted 15, 20, 30 minutes. Now it's like on average we have 10 people checking in, and the net lasts over an hour every morning. So it's just how you kind of grow and promote it. I mean, same thing with like all of our YouTube channels, right? We grow it, we promote it. And the more content we put out, the more people we pull in. The more we talk on the repeaters, the more people we pull in.
No,
Be the
that's
activity
good.
that you want to hear.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, when I think it was last year, I had gotten elk antennas make some fabulous antennas, and I had the dual band elk for 2 and 70, which you see a lot of people use for satellites and everything. And I got the 220 antenna, and I feel like this was in the winter, so maybe this was right before the January contest last year. And I wanted to test this thing out. And one of my buddies, who's a couple towns over, had just got a mobile, one of the TYT mobiles for 220, and he got a J pole for 220 from KB9 VBR. And so I go out on the back deck. I didn't have a mobile at the time. I just had an HT. But you got an antenna with some gain. And he's got his J pole. It wasn't set up out, permanently yet, but we're testing things out. So we're having a simplex conversation on 223.5, the calling frequency, and then somebody jumps in, and I was, what are the freaking odds? Like, how many times do you have QSOs on like 2 meters, and then someone jumps in, right? And we're on 220. And but my buddy Stu, locally, who's a real big fan of 220, he just happened to be monitoring, right? And you complain like the bands are dead or no one uses simplex or whatever. Like it takes 2 people. You gotta, you gotta have somebody calling, but then you gotta have somebody listening, right? And he was listening. He jumped in, and 3 of us now are having a QSO as we're testing out our antennas and our radios, and it blew my mind. I like took my phone out and recorded like a quick short video because like this is just totally unplanned. This is great to see that, but we were like, this is the first first 220 net in Rochester, and we
There's
kind of jokes
always somebody listening.
Always somebody listening.
Yeah, and so we've kind of joked since then, and if we can get enough people interested, that it'd be great to start something like that, even
to
if
your
it's
point.
just an activity day, like once a month or something.
So so what Paul and Tortoise said, so
Yeah.
I truly believe it too. See, even on 652 and so many other frequencies and modes, people are listening.
Oh yeah.
But I still think there's some microphone shyness, and I don't understand
Mhm.
why. There's no such thing as we may kid around saying it's a newbie question. It's not, because somebody who with a lot of years in the hobby may not know it, or they forgot it. It's a good, and I think
Mhm.
it's how you treat the answer with that individual. Don't ever, ever, ever be afraid to ask questions, guys. Don't
Yeah.
ever be afraid. Maybe choose who you're going to ask, but always don't be afraid. And if someone gives you any smart ass and meanness, guess what? They're not your friends on ham radio, and go somewhere else. Maybe consider going somewhere else and hanging out.
The only dumb question is the question that is not asked.
This is correct, sir.
That is correct.
And then we judge you on how stupid the question is. We run 2 meter simplex here in my area because the repeaters are so poor. The 2 meter repeaters. I can talk 20, 30 over to my buddies across town better than going through the repeater that's in between us. It's wild.
And don't ever forget that. Don't ever, ever, ever forget.
No.
And the greatest thing is what I used to do when the repeaters were active here in Connecticut. I would listen on the input to see who I could hear, depending on geographically where they were. And I remember, I geeked out one time. Printed a map of Connecticut, would had some towns and the counties drawn out. And every time I heard somebody on the input, I put a little red dot into that area. And then, it was just kind of fun. I always knew for either emergency purposes or just for fun's sake. We know we can talk based upon, this is my station, this is your station, and we could still potentially talk. It may not be armchair copy, but we could still hear each other too. And that's another thing. Don't be afraid about not having armchair copy with another contact. Some guys I have found that I've bumped into, mainly here in Connecticut. I don't want to bash on Connecticut, but it is what it is. If you're not armchair copy, they don't want to talk to you.
Worst drivers in the whole fucking country.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I would say Rhode Island is worse than Connecticut. I'm sorry.
I've heard New York and Massachusetts, but that's only what
it's Rhode Island, because when they come up out of Rhode Island into Massachusetts, they want to run your ass off the road as they come up through to go to work in Massachusetts.
It's funny you're saying that, because I say that it's Albany drivers, which is like the eastern part of New York, but that's right by Connecticut and Massachusetts. So maybe it's like that, because I always joke, like, Albany drivers, they will pass you in the car wash. Like that, they're just not, like, I spend a lot of time out in Albany for work, and I got some family out there, so like I know, but like Albany
it's all the
drivers are
Connecticut
psychotic.
folks.
Yeah, it's all not Izzo.
Mike, where do you have family out that way?
It's my sister-in-law's outside of Albany,
Schenectady,
West Sand Lake.
Oh, a beautiful place, dude. I grew up in Mariahville, just outside of Schenectady. So, if it's in New England, I've driven there at one time in my life.
I like the fact now that Repeater Book offers so many options with their app, because it'll know where you are on your phone. It'll tell you. You guys remember back in the day buying that little ARR? I used to call it the black book, and then you'd have to figure out where that repeater is, and then you have to go to the map to your Rand McNally. But you really never knew if there was really activity on there, even though it would say it would give you all those abbreviations for a weather net, maybe racist net or whatever.
Racist net.
Racist.
What part of Connecticut are you in?
I said
racist net.
No, RACES. Don't get me in trouble here. I can do that myself.
You just did.
But it was just funny because and going on a road trip is always fun. I was the guy who, when I got to my destinations, I'd have my Ed Fong or similar J pole. And guys, on 220, Ed Fong makes a very, very good quality J pole also. Grapevine, Jason, Grapevine Products has his dipoles, not only for 2 meter and some dual banders, but he has a 220. Play with them, man. Just play with it, man, and you'll see. You know.
Yep. And I'm going to point that out. You're just talking about antennas quick. So here's the disappointing thing with this radio is it's a dual band rubber duck antenna it's going to come with. Just a heads up. So I recommend, because there's not a lot of good options for tri-band antennas. Honestly, my experience using tri-band antennas, the Nagoya is the best. Like, and it's going to be like $20 or something. Totally worth it. The only downside to the Nagoya is it's long and it's, but this radio is solid. Like this is a beefy radio, and you don't have to worry about that antenna like tipping it over or anything. But if you want a tri-band antenna, that is totally the way to go. If you want to swap things out, if you're going to put a adapter on there and you just want BNC signal stick, dual band, and then a 220, I have those.
I'm thinking triplexer too. Why not use it? How about a triplexer? Run a triplexer and then run your 3 separate antennas or 2 antennas.
Yeah, but the Abri is worth it, in my opinion. It's going out with a couple different antennas and testing, because there's some repeaters near me that are one, it's like a mile or 2 down the road on 220, but then there's other ones that are miles and miles away. It makes a huge difference, and Nagoya is really good, totally worth it. So
I'm glad you corrected, because you said a Bree, and then you went back to Nagoya. So yes.
Are those two? Because I have
the foot-long cock.
All right, because
it's got to be.
I have a Bree. I have an Bree in the package, and I haven't taken it out. And maybe this summer I should take it out, or
Listen, the Abri antennas are they're a novelty, but they do work well on 2 meter and 70 centimeter. They do not work well on 220.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you're gonna play around with a tri-band, Nagoya is the way to go.
Nagoya, okay.
It's a long, goofy looking antenna, but Nagoya is the way to go.
All right, somebody better go check their microwave.
Yeah, microwave's done.
Yeah. Dinner's ready.
That's my daughter's using the microwave.
Nice.
Hey, Mike,
is she warming up the HP sauce?
Yeah, right.
Bring her on the show. I want to meet her, my fellow Harry Potter fan.
Grace.
Taurus, what do you got over there?
Yeah,
Mike, I'm still gathering parts for you.
All right.
So you need to come. You need to come.
Come on, now, Mike, covered her up. What a pain.
Tortoise ruined it.
Yes, he did.
What? I ruined what?
There she is. That's the mini me. She can't hear you.
Grace.
But
you cut her off too now.
Oh, you gotta.
Oh no.
There you go.
Girl.
Nice. Oh.
You and me, Grace, we're gonna go to Harry Potter World together.
Shannon says she wants to go to Harry Potter World with you. She says, "Oh my God, yes."
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
We're gonna
so great.
Riding Hagrid's motorbike adventure.
Does she like A1 sauce, Paul? Ask her if she likes A1 sauce.
I don't know. Grace, do you like A1? She's like, what's that? So
ask her.
No.
Okay, ask her if she likes barbecue potato chips.
Oh, all right. Do you like barbecue potato chips? She says yes.
All right. All right. I'll give her a pass on that one.
But so she's gonna stay here in Florida at Skydive City. She's working in the cafe. So she's not gonna join me on my travels. So she'll be here, Shannon, when you want to come down and take her to Hogwarts.
Heck yeah, awesome. I just left there, and she was trying to get there as I was leaving. So I wish that we could have went to Harry Potter World together. It was, I know this is like my first time back on the show since I took that trip. So if you are a Harry Potter fan and you have not been to Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, or Epic Universe, like, you got to go. It's so amazing. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, Epic Universe was amazing. I think I've been converted from a Disney girl to a Universal girl, and y'all know how much of a Disney girl I am. And for me to
Wow.
say that, that is like, woof. But Epic Universe, it was so awesome.
Don't you dare say that.
Good pause.
There's another peanut gallery.
Well, I'm gonna pull this right now. I'm gonna
we're gonna run it. All right.
You gonna pull the
Yeah,
rope?
it's
pull the
been a
string?
half hour. Yeah. Let's
Do it.
boom!
Pull the
Do
string.
it.
Grace, what's your favorite band?
10 meters.
40.
Oh, she says she can't pick one.
Firefighter.
Firefighter.
Where's Firefighter at?
Let's see. Here.
Firefighter.
So
Now I gotta make
what,
a note of who the
Grace
winner
can't
is.
pick her favorite band. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
All
There's
right,
too many.
Firefighter 16. Congrats! If you got a call sign, drop it in the chat. If you're good on QRZ. Otherwise, you can email me at n2mak@arrl.net, and I'm typing that in the chat. I'll post it on the screen.
N2mak@winlink.org.
Yeah, that works too.
We'll check it on Wednesday.
N2MAK, leave no bands behind, ballfong.com.
So what I was trying to say to you, Mike, is I've been saving BDA parts for you.
Yeah.
Do you need any amplifiers? Like transmit amplifiers? Because I can get you like VHF, UHF, 900 megahertz or 800 megahertz.
For portable?
Well, if it has an SMA connector on it, yes.
Yeah.
That's the only
yeah,
requirement.
I
That's the
have
only
no
requirement.
amplifiers. I have good antennas, but I have no no amplifiers. Like
Dude,
and even like for 900 megahertz, like I've got like my Yagi's like 14 or 15 elements or something like that. So
are
it's like
you coming up to Nearfest in May?
I would like to. I would definitely like
it's
to.
the first weekend in May, May 1st and
Oh,
2nd.
is it really?
Yes,
put that on
first
my
weekend in May.
Okay, I gotta put that. I gotta see what's going on.
And we're doing a powwow, hopefully up on the hill. So
Okay.
With couches.
Bring your camper, Izzo.
We have couches.
Yes, we're getting couches.
All right. So Firefighter said good on QRZ. Did
Okay,
I miss
so
his
what's
call
the call?
sign?
I didn't see it either.
Mike, while you're waiting for that, what type of feed line are you using on like 900 megahertz and higher? What kind of feed line?
That's a good question, because when you get to the higher bands, everything matters. It's like I equate it. It's a lot like Formula One when you're driving things at the extreme, right? Everything matters.
And
that much
length
more.
too. Length,
Yeah.
length, and
Yep.
frequency have to be special care.
Yeah, it makes HF look easy to a certain extent because all this stuff starts to matter. And I'm using, now it's cheap. I've got some KMR 400, which is from Amazon. So it's like an LMR 400, but a cheap version. But it's like 6 feet.
Stop! We keep trying.
Oh, there's too many of us that have the controls.
Dad.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
All right. I just saw the call. Okay. WA1 QWV. WA1 QWV.
Does that help, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. See, I always joke like I'm Irish. I can't read without moving my lips.
That's Italian too, dude.
That's
But
like
you got to
Italian.
move your
You can't
hands
talk
too.
without
Move
moving
your
your hands.
Yeah.
People are like, stop stuttering, Izzo.
But yeah, no, it's when I ran some of the numbers looking at like RG8X versus like LMR 400 for 1.2 gigahertz and then
142.
and then also 900, like it makes a big difference. And so like I have some short lengths.
Right. Attenuation values go up.
Yeah, like 6 to 10 feet. I forget if it's 6 feet or 10 feet. Those are. And then I have even shorter runs that were custom from ABR for 4 feet for the handheld. antennas.
Excellent.
Because some of the Yagis I have, I use handheld, but if I want to put it up on a mast, then I think I got like 6 or 10 feet. Because like that matters. And if you're, some of the radios I have only put out 3 or 1 watts. Some of them will put out 10, but you want all that whiskey to get out, because if you have an
Absolutely.
antenna that has 14, 15 elements and you're looking at like over a 10 dBi gain, you want all that energy. You want it all to get out to that antenna, because now, and I'll use like the handheld Alinco that transmits 3 watts on 900 megahertz. All of a sudden that turns into the equivalent of a mobile radio, because now it's putting out between 40 to 50 watts ERP with the Yagi. And you want all that power, all 3 watts to get to that antenna so that it can get out. And so, it matters a lot more. And then you start playing in the higher frequencies, adapters and all these things matter. You got to have really quality stuff, because everything looks like an antenna when you're at a higher frequency. Everything starts to radiate.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's the truth. And all the things like that are the extremes that you realize when you're playing on HF. It doesn't matter, like, just hit the tuner or whatever.
HF don't care.
HF don't care,
and
right.
especially you get to the lower bands, you get on 40 or 60, like you can use RG 174 to your heart's delight, right? But you use RG 174 on UHF, and like your power's gone before it hits the antenna.
Let me get this cable cut, Mike, and I'll
Listen,
show you what we use.
Miles and I, we went to the adult beverage store yesterday, and they had these stands, right, where they put, like the bags that people can, the gift bags that people can put wine in. They just look like little wire racks. Miles was like, "Mama, those are ham radio antennas." I'm like,
Nice.
"No, they're not." They probably
Everything
could
is
be.
a ham
You
radio
could probably, wired it up, tune it up with the G90, but I was like, "Those are just racks, kid."
But does the
I
Packy
like-
antenna?
Very good. Very good.
Maybe we'll have to try it out someday.
Someone else who understands the Packy.
Here you go, Mike.
I like to call it the adult beverage store.
Ooh.
I
So,
don't know
Tortoise,
how-
what do you got over there?
Hold on, I got
Big
it.
in him. Big in him. There you go.
I did. Will this focus?
No.
Almost.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's RG 142.
Okay.
The outer shielding is silver plated.
Oh.
That's
Very
sexy.
nice.
This is RG 142, and it just has a standard nylon and then a copper center conductor. But we use RG 142 for everything UHF and up.
I was just say, what are the
Now I got something to
attenuation
think
values?
about when I go to bed tonight.
Ooh.
What's the attenuation values on that, Tortoise?
Really? You want me to go look them up?
Just real quickly, like 100 feet. What's the loss at 100 feet at 450 versus?
I can look it
Who's
up.
running 100 feet of that stuff?
Exactly. No, nobody's running 100 feet of that stuff. But
Unless we're trying to go around your mom.
bravo, sir. Bravo.
I was gonna say jumpers, but then again, that could get me in trouble.
Bravo, sir. That was awesome. Let me look it up.
To go to the comparator to. What are you running that into? What's the application?
RG 142, silver plated, silver coated, copper clad steel interconductor. Dielectric is extruded solid poly something or other. Outer jacket is silver plated, copper braided shield. It's 43 pounds. Weight is 43 foot-pounds. I don't know what the hell it is. Bend radius is 1 inch. Here we go. Frequency loss, attenuation. At 10 megahertz, you can run attenuation is 1.2 dB per 100 foot. At UHF, it's 8 dB per 100 foot. At 1,000 megahertz, it's 13 dB. At 1,500 megahertz, it's 16 dB per 100 foot. So we're not running it per 100. We're lucky if we get jumpers more than 1.5 to 2 foot long.
I was just gonna say 18 to 24 inches, right?
Yeah, if it's that, I think this is a 2 foot jumper. But yeah, but it's really solid wire for the higher frequencies.
And again, your application is what? Going into a comparator? What are you using? it for?
That's for duplexers inside the BDA for doing the jumps in between the amplifier and and the controller and all that. It's just
Perfect.
But we've got lengths like that long in some of them with double gold-plated BNC connectors on them. So I got the cable, man. I can get you what you want.
Hi, Don. I'm here too.
Hi, Don.
Don Army.
Hi, Don.
Don gives 0 fucks about any of us.
Exactly.
He's here for Shannon.
I had a blast
was
playing
just
radio with Don
writing-
down in Texas, though.
I was just writing a message to him too because I don't know whose chat he posted that in. So, hi, Don.
Probably on Mike's.
I don't think he's in mine.
Dude, Mike, listen, I put it in my chat, but I got to give you a shout out, man. Dude, you got 68 viewers on your channel.
Woo!
68. and I
That
got
is
one.
fucking awesome.
Thank you, man.
I've got one.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
You got more than half the viewership of all of the Northeast. It's watching
Wow.
you.
New York is the Empire State.
I like Mike.
And I always like to point out, I joke, and we, I'm blanking on his name. Who's the guy? He's got the truck. Fantastic setup up in Vermont. Grouch, you got to help me out. Who am I thinking of? From
Chris
Vermont?
with the van?
Yeah.
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 Chris is
I always like to joke how part of
AI1
Vermont used to be
LP.
part
Was
of
he at the-
Vermont used to be part of New York.
Was he the guy at
until like
Near
the
Fest?
1790s or so?
Up
Near
Lake-
Fest,
near Lake
the white
Champlain.
van. Near
Yeah.
Fest, the white van guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Just 3 puppies on
Yeah.
the side.
The old TV van.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I always like to joke how part of Vermont used to be in New York until like the 1790s. If you look up your history.
He's not lying.
And I think it was like $30,000 we like foregoed all the land claims for. It was big bucks.
I mean, what did they buy? What did they buy New York City for? Manhattan, like $12.50 worth of beads or
I don't know.
something. Some crazy friggin' amount.
It was some money and guns. I thought it was something crazy like that. Money and guns.
Well, that happens in Tennessee and Alabama, so you know,
Yeah.
possibly Kentucky.
Oh, hey,
In Arkansas.
Arkansas, yes.
Arkansas.
More Manhattan for that spice.
Yes. Well, hey, we talked about 220, and I can't believe how long we talked about 220, and then we still got close to 100 viewers from all the
Today
channels
is
combined.
220, so
Yeah.
I figured
Yeah.
I know
that was going to be
was
like
an amazing coincidence that today is 220, and I feel bad that I didn't have anything to give away that was like 220 related.
all right.
Mike took the only 220 thing related that you could give away.
Yeah, and I can't remember if I said it at the beginning of the stream because I've been drinking, or if I said it backstage. But like, I've had it for a while, and I was thinking about giving it away, and it when I gave away a bunch of Baofengs like a week ago, and then I was like, you know what, 220. Let me hold on to this for that particular live stream and give it away. But there's one other thing with the bands. I got to bring this up. And I think we got to get Matt in here to talk a little bit. And but there were changes to 60 meters this month. So we actually got new spectrum on 60 meters. They took, in short, they got rid of channel 3, which 60 meters is channelized, and there's some different frequencies depending on if you're doing CW or if you're doing sideband, where you want to be. But they got rid of channel 3 and they gave us 15 kilohertz of spectrum.
Yep.
However, that's limited to 9.15 watts ERP.
ERP.
Yep.
And the reason it's 9.15 is because 915 is what 15 watts EIRP would be. So it's
Yeah.
some backwards math based on what some of the the regulations or rules are in some other countries and stuff. But Matt was kind enough to give me a prototype of the Reliance Bug Out Dipole, which is a Balun. And I thought, what better band to make a dipole for than 60 meters? Because it makes the math easy. Now, 60 meters, and get ready for the clip. All right, because here's the clip right here. 60 meters is kind of a socialist band. It's if you're using a lousy antenna, you can run more power because it's based on ERP. But if you're using a good antenna, if you're using a dipole, that's that measurement stick, right?
Just turn your power down. Yeah,
it's based on that. So, so you're looking at roughly 9 watts, and there's lots of considerations if you want to break it down and get into even the low bands like 40, 60, 80. It's hard to get an antenna a half a wavelength in the air. Like, I'm not aware of any masts that are going to get something like that up a half a wavelength. That's a tough order. So you're going to have a little bit more invis characteristics to some of the propagation depending on your antenna. That said, you can run a vertical, but when you're running a vertical on lower bands, you're going to worry about more ground loss. If you're on 40, 60, 80, you want to have a lot of radials out. And for what I do, POTA, that's tough. That's challenging. Usually we're throwing out like, 17-foot radials, like maybe 4 of them or something like that, kind of cover our bases and stuff. But when you get to the lower bands, ground loss becomes more of a challenge and an issue. So I thought, hey, a dipole, this is the way to go for 60, right? And oh my gosh, I went out and I'm thinking, I just want to play on digital. I'm going to be on FT8. I'm going to be limited to 9.15 watts, or roughly, I'm going to turn the 705 down to 90%. I go out to do a POTA and I set this antenna up, and the link is in my chat for the short I just released earlier this morning. 2 minutes of your time if you want to see this antenna, which takes up 16 parking spots, right? Because it's 45 feet each leg, and then there's some cord on the end, to where it's tied off on the electric fence posts. And oh my gosh, this thing got out phenomenal. I'm thinking I'm just doing FT8 in digital, but I get on 60 meters, and people were on sideband on channels 1, channels 2. Channel 5, which is kind of like the unofficial DX channel for 60 meters, but channel 4 was open. So I'm like, let me just try this. And I just called out, I'm like, N2MAK testing, November 2, Mike Alpha Kilo, testing out a new antenna, and I'm watching, the SWR, and everything's really good. And somebody came back to me.
See, Crouch, someone's always listening, right, Crouch?
Exactly. And we had a short QSO, and I'm like, you know what? The channel's free. Let's just run with it and see what happens. And in a half hour, I got over 24 contacts on sideband with 10 watts.
Nice.
And it was just like, at one moment, like I was getting a pile up with a couple people calling at the same time on 60 freaking meters. And I was just like, what are the chances? Like,
did you get spotted anywhere? Did you get spotted?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that helps, but still, that's awesome.
That is awesome. On 9 watts too.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, it's 10. It was 10 because it was channel 4. So I could have gone 100, but I only had 10 with me because I was thinking I was going to go digital, but I did the whole thing voice, and I had the computer and everything. I was ready to go, thinking I'm just going to have to do digital because I had already activated on 30 meters at another park earlier. And I wanted to do 60 meters at this other park, but I was prohibited because of like the utility lines. I couldn't set up safely as far as I was concerned a mast and everything with the power lines there. So I was like, all right, I did 30, and then I went to the other park because I wanted to play on 60, and it was I was just blown away. It was nuts. Tortoise, what's going on, brother?
He's re in the chat.
Oh, oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Shannon steps away.
Yeah. I always like to joke that GMRS is for growers, not showers.
Ah.
What do you think?
What do you think I get the nickname Tortoise? Saying.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a 60-meter pota, and it was oh my gosh. I mean, something as simple as a dipole. It just was phenomenal, even though it was only up maybe 20 feet. Fantastic. So hopefully Matt gets those listed. No pressure.
Yep, no pressure.
Sometimes 20 meters is
20
that's all
meters.
you need.
Yep.
Anyways,
But I will say you are always better off like 10, 12, 15, 17, 60. Like play around. Do something different.
Mhm.
Like you don't have to go to 20 because that's where everybody else is going. Everybody else doesn't have an imagination. But there's other people listening on the other fucking bands too.
Yes. Yep.
I've always said 20 meters is like Main Street, USA. Get off of Main Street every once in a while, and you can find some nice shops. You can find this. You can find, and that's what it is on the bands, man. As well as different parts of the car. Remember, follow that gray line too.
Yep.
You know that gray line, and think about where, like somebody in England at 7:00 at night, where it's what maybe 2:00 in the afternoon. They just had supper. They're turning on the radio. You know what I mean? It's a good. You don't know, man. Go have fun. Go have fun with it.
I've been activating very early on Wednesdays, except for this week when the kids are on vacation. But my oldest son, who's 16, is in driver's ed, and he's got a class at 6 a.m. on Wednesdays.
oh God bless.
And so I kind of was like, well, if I have to bring him to the school at 6. I'm like, might as well just go out and play Pota, right? And so I've been, and it's been
when does a
interesting.
kid start driving himself?
Yeah.
So
right.
I've been playing on 30 meters a lot because being out at 6:30 in the morning in New York, it's still dark. And you look at the gray line, you look at propagation, the muff map, and all that, and 30 meters is kind of where it's at. You know, as far as a band that's going to be consistently open, and I'm learning to appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. I don't know CW yet. I'm going to learn this year, but been doing a lot of 30 meter FT8 early in the morning. And I think the last time I was out last week, I got Japan 3-4 times. I got like 3 or 4 contacts with Japan running 10 watts, like on 30 meters
Nice.
in the morning. And I'm at my club meeting, shortly after, and one of my colleagues was talking about like, oh, he's trying to work a lot of DX on QRP, and I mentioned, hey, I got Japan like early in the morning, like on 30 meters, you might want to give that a shot. I get a text like the next day, sure enough, he's like, dude, thanks for the tip. Like, he goes, I got Japan on 30 meters in the morning, just like you said, and that's part of, like, RF around and find out. Like, go try different bands, try different modes, try different times a day, try different intended deployments, try different setups, try everything, and just see what works, what doesn't. Don't be afraid to fail. This is how we learn. It's one thing to memorize and pass the test, but then you get your license to learn. This is what we should be doing. RF around, find out, and it was like a cool text to get, like, dude, thanks for the tip. That worked, and boom, there you go.
Yeah, so
Rob,
Nate
that
was
was
asking about what is the gray line. So if you want to
All right. Before we explain the gray line, I just want to tag on to what Mike said, right? Because nobody had ever done parachute mobile via All-Star. But
Right.
why not try it? Right? Just
Yep.
fucking try it. You never know. There are so many naysayers out there.
Yep.
Just try it. Experiment. Have fun. Do your thing. Go ahead, Shannon.
No, so I was just gonna say, for the newbies that might be out there, because we do have a few new people in the chat, new hams in the
Yep.
chat. The gray line is, kind of like right where that sun is setting in one area and it's rising in another, and you can get some really crazy propagation along that gray line with
They
the
don't know what the
ionosphere.
fuck they're doing.
Who did that?
Who said that?
Who do
That
you
was
think?
Mike. That was Mike.
No, that
That was
wasn't
not
Mike. That was not Mike.
So,
I don't know how to do that.
and Izzo made a good point, right? Like, we have to keep in mind that when we're making radio contacts with people, right? Like, it could be 7 o'clock at night in England, but it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, or it's 10 o'clock in the morning in California. So, I use PSK Reporter a ton, to especially with like FT8, FT4, Vara C, to see where my signals are going when I'm using those modes, those automatic spotting beacons and propagation. So you can sort of see on there where the gray line is, and then you can sort of get a sense of, okay, what bands are going to work at what times to what locations.
It's also another factor, and Shannon, you're absolutely right, and another factor that I'm still learning where we are in the sunspot 11-year cycle. What is going on with the K index for that day? The solar. There's so many things that I look at things as maybe a general guidance, and after that, I just throw the hook into the water and see what fish are going to be there. It's really at the end of the day that is it, because there have been times, especially like, and I'll give an example. Let's say we have a G5, something crazy wipes out the bands for 2 or 3 days. All of a sudden in the evening, I remember one day I'm down in the shack, the last storm or the previous storms, and all of a sudden, like 20 meters is like going. All of a sudden you can hear it within 15, 20 minutes. It's getting better, and then all of a sudden, an hour later, it's getting better. But the graph reports that you see on the web and social media have not caught up, and those are always, I believe, Tamantha explained it as that's a 6 hour, 3 hours what was, and 3 hour prediction of where the atmosphere is going to be.
Yeah.
It's not a fish finder. The fish, if you're a fisherman, you drop the fish in, you drop that camera in, you see exactly what it is. This is not exact science. But play with it and think about it too. Just like Shannon was saying, think about where and I guess you do something crazy, guys. When I got into POTA about 6, 7 years ago, I used to like going out on Sunday mornings around 10, 11 o'clock. And back then there was not a lot of activity. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, they're probably all in church." I think she was right, because I think back then a vast majority of people were in church, and then it just seemed like after noontime, 1 o'clock my time, my contacts, I had an increase in contacts. Now, is that the craziest thing that has ever come out of my mouth? I don't know, but it just seemed to work there for a while. Now, am I saying less people are going to church? I'm not saying that. Don't send me any email. Send everything to n2mak@arrl.net. But again, there are trends there. There are just so many trends to but don't get lost in the scientific data of it. Just use it as a reference, I would say.
Yeah,
As well as what? Turn on the radio, right? Turn on your radio and call CQ at the very least.
I mean,
Right.
honestly, Grouch can vouch for this, right? Like, one of those days that we went out for POTA, I don't know if it was the first day that we did the what was the state park you were Russell Abbott. If it was the first day that
Russell Abbott.
we were trying to do Russell Abbott, and I was sitting there in Grouch's truck, and I was like, damn, I never even checked like the solar weather report for today, right? So I go and check the ham band conditions, and it's like everything is red. Everything says 4. We're in the middle of a solar storm. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have like the worst day ever, right? And what happened? we had like the best day ever that day. We made contact with at least 5 different YL stations, which you hardly ever hear YLs on the air. There were tons of YLs on the air. We were making DXs to Europe. We were making
Park to
contact.
Park in Colombia.
See,
Yeah,
you
like
thought it
South
was a
America,
full
all
moon
this-
that brought out the crazy women. It's actually solar spots.
Right.
We now
And then-
have it.
Hey, listen. And Paul and I were at a park the first time I met Paul. And remember, Paul, we're chasing, we're getting frustrated. It's the antenna, only to find out, you were operating like 1 watt. I think
5 watts.
And as soon as he kicked up the power, man, all of a sudden that station heard him, man. I think it was DX too.
Well,
it was fun.
And to boot, right? I mean, the park we were at was what? It was Bigelow Hollow.
And you're in a
And
you are literally
we
in
are
a hollow.
literally down like nothing but mountains all around us. 360 degrees all around us.
We're at the
5 watts to the
shore.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking 5 watts to the Netherlands. Like,
You know. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
even
got
Watson,
right up that hollow.
even Watson said, "Guys, what the heck are you doing? Come on!" And all of a sudden, and once he kicked up the power, all of a sudden now he's making contact. It was fun. So again, there's so many variables here. Of again, every once in a while, I get the bug. I want to play QRP, and it gets a little frustrating. Oh, hey Izzo, you're not as good this time. You're only maybe a 3.3. Yeah, that's because I'm only running like 3 watts. I'm on my I'm playing on a 705, but yeah, I can run and throw you 100 watts and see what happens. But again, have fun, man. Just have fun.
Yeah, that's a good segue, Izzo. I'm dropping a link in all the chats for the QRP SSB net.
Tomorrow night. Or, I'm sorry, Sunday night.
Which is Sunday nights, and so
that's a
Kevin
fun
and Steve live stream it on YouTube, which is nice because it gives you an opportunity to actually hear how you sound on that other side of the radio. But this has been a great way to both test antennas. So let's say you build an antenna. They're usually on 20 meters. They'll occasionally jump to 40, but it's a great way to test a new antenna or a new setup if you got it, and see how low you can get out.
How low can you go?
But what I've learned over the last year or two, is because, with the seasons, propagation changes with the seasons because of daylight. And, and I've learned what a struggle it can be in the Northeast if I don't get in right away in that first half hour of the net. Like if he doesn't hear me or if I don't get in right away, then we lose the band.
You're done.
But I've started to learn that, and that changes though throughout the year as we go from the winter to the spring, and then in the summer, 20 meters can be open forever. But it's a great way to learn about propagation, to test your antenna, really see what you can do with low power. And there's been times I've gotten in and the power's all the way down on the radio. It's turned all the way down to 0%. So it's, you're getting in on a few hundred milliwatts. But there's other times where it's a struggle, and it's a great way to learn about your antennas, your system and propagation.
Not only that, Mike, have you noticed, and this is what I do, I love listening to see who and I'll use you as an example. Let's say you start off at 50 watts and Kevin tells you, and you're working Kevin in Iowa. So, and then he said, and then you drop it to maybe 25, and you go down to 50. I always, not only from a transmit of whether Steve and Kevin can hear me, but I love listening for all the other stations. And I take again, the time, the band, where are they? And I love when Kevin says, what kind of an antenna are you using? Because 5 watts, 1 watt, we all understand that, but what type of an antenna are you using, to me, is more exciting to learn and listen for, to see how well I'm hearing that station from Connecticut. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
checked into that QRP net on Sundays a couple times. One time I did it with the FTDX10, and I think the lowest that can go down to is 5 watts. And then I think I did it once on the G90, and the lowest that can go down to is 1 watt. And honestly, it was like kind of exciting, right? Like I could hear myself on the YouTube of what they were hearing me at, and it really sort of made me want to have some sort of radio that could go down to lower than 1 watt, right? Like I want to see, like as Izzo said,
Adjust it,
how
be able to
low,
adjust it.
like how low can you go? I wanted to know how low I could go for them to actually be able to hear me. But you guys have to keep in mind that it has to do with their antenna, right? Like that station that was hearing me that I think is in South Carolina, they have like
Steve.
they
Steve
have,
is using a beam. Steve's
yeah,
using a beam.
he has a
And
beam.
and
So
when he
remember
turns it,
that
what happens? And when you're off the side of him, what happens, Shannon? You lose Steve.
Yeah, so,
He loses you.
when
Yeah.
you have that beam, like, it is focusing your signal in very strong. So same thing when you have a beam and you're transmitting, it's also focusing your signal. So, you have to keep in mind that the antenna that someone is using to hear you is just as important, if not more important, than the antenna that you are using to also transmit on. There are so many factors. That's why, we say it depends, right? So many things. It depends on what antenna you're using, what antenna they're using, what power
You
you
should
guys.
be able to hear twice as much as what is being heard.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
as
And-
well as and Ape, and I think Ape will agree on this. I saw him in there.
Yep,
as
he's
the
in there.
round Earth is turning and the gray line is changing, that's going to affect everything too.
And to put a cap on NV1U, you can put an attenuator in line to go lower than 1 watt, but that also affects your receive.
Steve, excellent,
Yeah.
Tortoise, excellent.
It'll
It
cut
knocks
back
it
on
down.
your receive.
It attenuates it real hard. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a 3 or a 5 dB attenuator, you're done. It'll knock you out if you're trying to do QRP.
Hey guys, one of the things I've always wanted to do for Kevin's Net, and I really should put a post-it note and stick to this, and then report back when the freaking snow melts and all this other crap just goes away. We see the grass again. I've always wanted to do a beverage antenna. And I've always wanted just to go around the perimeter of my yard, and this and that, and play the game, but listen on that Sunday QRP net. I would love to see the difference between the antenna I have in the air and bounce back from receive
Mhm.
for what I have in the air versus that traditional beverage antenna, and see if it's truly, I don't know if my experiment is gonna be true, but it would just be fun to try and experiment.
Yeah, I think with antennas in general, and I know Ape's in the chat and Rick's in the chat too. Rick knows a lot when it comes to antennas. You when you start to get them down to the ground, like with the loops on the ground, beverage antennas, things like that, you're gonna get some loss with respect to noise, but you're also gonna get some loss with respect to the signal as well. But that said, like we were saying before, like RF around and find out, like this is when you're gonna find out what works for you. And depending on what type of environment you might be in at your QTH, if you're in a noisy urban suburban environment versus out in the country, you might have a lot of RFI from power lines, nearby homes,
Wall warts.
electronics,
I
things
can't
like
stand
that.
the
And
wall
so,
warts. The
yeah.
wall warts are the worst for us. The
Yeah.
guy, your next door neighbor, who could be the greatest neighbor and this and that. You can walk over to grouch your neighbor and get yourself some booze and
Yeah.
tortoise. But all of a sudden they got a wall wart because of the hedge trimmer or the weed whacker that they're charging. Unplug that damn thing for me, please. Reduce my noise floor.
QRM generators.
Yes, Matt, you're right.
I've got one of those.
Yeah.
I've got a charger in the camper that I run to charge the batteries, obviously. And I didn't have my radio on, and I had the charger running, camper sitting out front. I come in, every freaking band is gone. I was like, what the hell happened? You know? And then I go out, charging's done, unplug the charger, come back, I was like, wait a minute. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, one day I shut everything off in the house. Went to the breaker. Obviously did it around, noontime or so, daylight, and just shut everything off and let everything just kind of drop for about 15, 20 minutes. I wanted to see if it was coming from my property. And lo and behold, it was not. So did I get lucky? I don't know, but I think I know, but I got good neighbors. I don't want to, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it in other ways. And that's why there's POTA. So,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
yeah. especially when I need something from them. Or vice versa.
I just dropped another link to the QRPSSB net in case anyone joined later, since we were talking about that.
What the fuck?
That's a fun time.
Ham is for holding a mic? When did that happen?
Yeah, when the hell did that happen? Who
I
came
never
up with
heard
that?
that.
Did that come from a CW guy or
No, holding a mic. Where the hell did that come from?
Right?
Somebody blew rainbow freaking sparkle farts up your ass. Jesus. That's awesome.
I mean, sounds good to me.
Jimmy's.
I was always told that ham stood for having another meal.
Yeah, usually after we're done or during or after we're done playing radio.
Yep. Good stuff. Anyway, I was just saying I shared another link to the QRPSSB net on Sundays. I know we're coming up on the time change in a couple weeks, but it's usually like at 6,
March
7
8th.
in the evening.
Yeah, March 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry. What was that, Mike?
I thought we weren't doing that anymore.
What time is that?
6, 7, 6, 7.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
All right. Now that Mike
These
has
fucking
monopolized
kids.
2/3 of the stream. Matt, how the hell are you, dude?
Doing good, man.
Jesus, you've been like quiet and down here, and just...
It was a long day.
He's making antennas the whole time. He's
Yeah,
quietly winding them roids.
I was.
I'm like trying to get you to smile, like he looks like a lawn gnome.
Dude, I'm falling asleep. I gotta wake up at 5 tomorrow.
Poor Matt is like been so quiet down there, and we were watching somebody's walkthrough on the Hamcation. I can't remember if it was Josh from HRCC or who it was, but they had your Reliance antenna, like inflatable antenna.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was like, that's Matt. We know him.
He sold out of every single one at Ham Source. So
Hey Matt, can I tell the story about that antenna?
there it is. Yeah, you can.
So guys, I bought one from Matt, and I said I got to try this. Because I love freaky new things like that and everything. How do I keep it clean? How do I keep this thing clean?
PG.
You don't have to at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get
We're
anybody.
fucking way off the rails.
It's
all right.
9 o'clock.
All right, got that thing fully erected, and all of a sudden, a wind came by and it bent it over like this.
Yeah.
But I was still making contacts.
Even though it was limp, you were still making contacts.
Limp,
the inverted L.
And I was
inflated
using a 705 on 10 watts. I had the battery on hooked up to it. So, and then all of a sudden I look out, I'm like, wait a minute, how the heck am I still making contacts? Sent an email around, and then so there's a double ring. So you put a ring. So again, another reason why I can't wait to get this snow and get back, put the 10 away, get back on the back porch here, and I want to use a double ring to keep it up. And I can't wait to use that antenna. It made it made great contacts on 10, 15, 20, and 40. I think, and I'm just sitting here like it was like how we're all rag chewing right now. Mm-hmm. It was incredible, absolutely incredible antenna. So it's not a novelty. Whatever black magic is in that tube. You know,
It acts like a 4-inch pipe in free space, and it might be in QST in a couple weeks, just to let you guys know. So we'll see.
I highly recommend anybody if you want to try something different. You know, and putting the air in it is real easy. That's real, and taking the air out is real easy too. It folds up nice.
You just blow it really
Just
good,
blow it.
right?
Well, that's what it is.
Like a lot of practice with the blow up dolls.
Yeah.
I
I
So
didn't
neat.
say that. Any questions? That's n2mak@aol.net.
That wasn't Mike. Don't throw him under the bus.
All right, that's another.
But you know, that'll be the first and last time in history we'll ever hear Izzo say, "I need 2 rings to keep it up."
Yeah, really. It
So
worked.
no pressure to Matt, but the next time we do a giveaway for the inflate antenna, it's going to be like hashtag 4 inches in free space.
Yeah, right.
That's other antenna. My other goal this summer is that Rybakoff. I know
Well-
nothing about this, and I want to learn about this Rybakoff stuff. So
Hold on. All right, 4 inches in free space. Because when I'm done playing with this is a giveaway.
Nice.
So
Oh,
Nice.
4 inches in free space. Yes.
Grouch,
Yes.
I only had, I think, the ground radials that came with it. I did nothing. I didn't alter anything. I just did exactly what the instructions said, really. And plugged in the coax into the analyzer. I looked around. Everything was good. Didn't have to use a tuner. Put it into the radio. Called CQ, chasing some POTA, and they were all coming back to me.
And it's been 6 months since somebody said they would send me one. So
What?
Oh,
I gotta send both mics one.
Dude, get over yourself. I had to wait for like 8 months for mine.
Oh,
Shannon could have had a baby in the time it took me to get that fucking inflate antenna.
What?
woo! And in other news,
Wow. This is why it's safe to talk about condiments.
No,
what happens in POTA stays in POTA.
Now,
right.
Izzo, I
Don't get me
can't
started.
resist the bait.
What's that?
You want to know about the Rybakoff? I'll make
Yeah,
it real
I want to
simple.
learn. No, yeah, put it at a kindergarten level.
So it's a random wire. Okay.
pretty much.
First and foremost, it's a random wire. If you hook it up to your radio, and I think N1JUR has a video where he forgot his tuner, it'll probably work out fine on, I think, 10 meters, where it'll have like really low SWR, but it's a random wire. But with random wires, we know there's nothing random about the lengths.
Correct.
These lengths are all magical, and you're trying to thread a needle, obviously, with impedance, where you're trying to get not a low impedance, not a high impedance, but you're trying to get like a medium impedance antenna where your antenna tuner can do the work. It's great if you can get it with a 3-to-1. Sometimes you might need a 10-to-1. And that's going to depend on, if Ape's still in the chat, they did a lot of testing at CAR with the different toroids and the different mixes and stuff. But ultimately, you're using a 4-to-1.
Yep, I have all the
Unknown.
parts. I have that.
So you're
Yep,
using a
I-
4-to-1,
Yep.
and it's a random wire, and it's a vertical. But the magic thing about this is, given the length, which is 24 to 25 feet, you're gonna avoid high lobes, like high radiation lobes on the high bands, like 10 and 12. If you start to get up to like some of the common random wire lengths are 29, 35 and a half feet, 43 feet. If you use random wires like 29 feet or above on 10 and 12 meters, the high bands, you're going to be, I don't want to say having a cloud warmer, but you're going to start sending radiation up higher rather than lower.
Correct.
But because it's a shorter random wire, you're going to get lower takeoff angles
Yep.
on pretty much everything from 20 through 10.
So what do you
It's going to be
recommend for-
close to a quarter wave on 30 meters. It's going to be shorter than a quarter wave on 40 meters, but it's going to be more than an eighth of a wave. So you're still going to, it's not going to be as inefficient on 40. So between like 10 and 40 meters, you're going to have a really good takeoff angle when it comes to DX and getting out there.
But
So
what
that,
size mast? Is there a certain mast height? Is there a sweet spot that you guys recommend? Stay between 20 to 25. You know, what can you? How would you
it's
answer?
24
that
to 25 feet
Yeah,
roughly.
it's 25 feet
And
pretty
that's
much,
when
yeah.
it comes to the
Okay.
mast. You raise a really good point, because this is the frustrating thing when it comes to the masts. That would be an 8-meter mast. And I'm not aware of anyone that makes an 8-meter mast. There's actually 7-meter masts, and I think Callum, DX Commander, has a 7-meter one. And there's also, obviously like 10-meter masts, but there's not one that's going to be quite spot on.
But you
for
can
that.
adjust. But you can adjust your mast heights depending on what manufacturer you have.
Yep. So ideally, if you got like a DX Commander, or I have an MFJ 10-meter mast, that's good. That's a good way to do it, and stuff. But you want to run the vertical. You're going to need some radials. Your ground is going to your ground and the toroid and the winding is going to impact what bands you can tune with a 3-to-1 versus a 10-to-1. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the magic length and the takeoff.
Okay.
The takeoff angle. That's where this thing really sings. And if you're going to use it on the high bands, like 10 through 20, you're going to get out like gangbusters. It's going to be phenomenal. 30 and 40, you're still going to get really good kind of consistent quarter wave performance, which is nice.
Because the game plan is field day, ARRL in June. Depending on my time off and everything, I think I want to use the inflatable antenna for that, and then for just some off stuff, in the backyard here, play with a Rybakoff before I bring it out to a POTA, if that's what I want. I haven't decided whether I want to use for POTA, because POTAs are usually just quick, hour to 2 hour stints. If I was an RV staying over the weekend, that's a totally different, antenna choice, I would think.
Yep. It all depends, like with antennas, like I was saying earlier, there's no perfect antenna. It all depends like on your use case. And if you don't have a tuner, the Rybakoff's not for you. So just I
got manual tuners. I have the automatic tuner. I'm good with that. But again, I think I have all the parts. It's just putting it together now.
Yeah. And being in the Northeast like we are, I always joke that, like the winter is random wire or multi-band antenna season, because I don't want to get out of the car to change bands. I want to be able to push the button or whatever.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of a stick, a monoband stick, or the ATOS.
Yeah,
for me, that's how I look at it.
Exactly. Like, so, the Rybakoff is like the wire antenna, is like the wire version of the ATOS. Okay. If you got that tuner, you can get 25 feet up, boom, you're golden. And with that tuner, you can easily tune 10 through 40, no problem. I've done 60 and 80, but realistically 10 through 40, you're gonna have a really good antenna, and it's gonna have nice takeoff angles. Yes, there's trade-offs. I'm not going to use the word compromise, because
every antenna has a trade-off, unless it's a resonant antenna on a certain frequency.
Because it's not so much a compromise in the antenna, it's a compromise in your decisions. And I'm compromising the fact I don't want to get out of the car to change bands. And so I'm going to do something that is I can easily switch from the radio. Now, you could do that with an NFET half wave, but you're going to have to set up more wire, 3 times as much wire to do 10 through 40 versus the Rybakoff.
Yeah, but my Reliance that I put out there in the backyard 40 feet away from me right now, that was supposed to only be a temporary antenna, still up through all these crazy weather we've had since August.
Nice.
And it's working. Nice. It's working beautiful. So Reliance, folks, I cannot tell you enough
The national antenna of
Use
the
code
Northeast.
Grouch for 10% off.
Right. I look out every morning. You want to know what I look for, especially after the storm? Because mine, I have the
no.
orange. I have the orange wire mat going out.
Yeah.
And that's my visual indicator that the antenna's still up.
Exactly.
Nice. But going back to you, Mike, that Rybakov will do 160 through 6. I ran it through an antenna analyzer and a bunch of other stuff, ChatGPT, you name it, and found 93 feet of wire. We had it in an inverted L, 50 feet up, the rest across, and had a hybrid radial system, 66-foot radial, two 33-foot radials, and two 17-foot radials. So 5 radials just to test this out. And we tuned so fast, even with the 710 and the 705, 160 through 6. And the one guy in the club who hates FT8, he got all his POTA contacts on 160 meters with FT8. So
No kidding.
Grouch.
So that's using the inverted as an inverted L design, no less.
Yeah, inverted L, because you can't put 93 feet high unless you have a drone. Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
It worked
I
great.
did, and I have, shameless plug. I got a video on my channel from like a couple years ago. I did a linked Rybakov for 50 feet, and I did it in the L. And I went out to the park. I brought 2 masts to set this thing up, right? So I could have it like in a perfect L.
Right.
And, the OCD kicking in. And I did that on 60 and 80. And, like the POTA activation. And it worked out great. And stuff. So at the end of the day, it's a random wire. And the key to the random wire is the takeoff angle for this, is the radiation pattern. We look at SWR a lot when we're talking about antennas, but there's other factors too. If you want to look at things like reactance, radiation pattern, there's a lot of different variables. And so there's all these trade-offs, and you got to make some decisions and what works best for how you want to operate. You want to be able to jump between bands quickly. If you're running low power and you're more concerned about efficiency, there's all these considerations.
Mike, running a mast under like a tire or a trailer hitch, is that how you mounted your mast, or what? Okay.
Yep. And I've run the Rybakov and also a 29-foot random wire straight up vertical, 33-foot mast right next to the car on one of the drive over flagpole mounts, with the mast, and it's worked fine. Some people get concerned. Oh no, you got the car, a metal body right next to it in the near field. This, that, it's a compromise. It is what it is. It's not perfect. I don't think anything is going to be perfect. We're not in free space.
Right.
When we're out at parks, there's always going to be. I can't count the number of times I go to a park and I pull into a parking space, and I deliberately pick a parking space where I don't have cars on like either side of me, and there's so many spots that are open, yet someone's got to pull in right next to me, and it's like, what the really? Like, you see a big mast or an antenna on the roof or this, that, and there's all these open spots, but you're gonna pull in right next to me.
In my opinion, the only perfect antenna is an AM radio station. Think about it. When AM radio stations are engineered with specific design, and because what do they want? The people to hear the signal so they can sell ads as well as for entertainment purposes. That's the only perfect antenna. We as hams, we've got to get off. I know we all have some OCD at various levels, but I think we have to kind of get rid of that and just have fun with it. Just have fun. The F word here is fun. So
I
Ref around and find out.
I need to clarify something. What the hell are okay? So there's all sorts of shade being thrown, all sorts of money in, I think, Paul's chat. One of them is actually my youngest son, who just decided to hop in and just start throwing tips out the door. So what the hell is going on?
Well,
is he using your credit card there?
No, he's got his own money, his own job. No, he's good. But
I want to see your bill in March.
No, he's got his own money. but I'm just like, what
So,
the fuck is going on?
I put a goal up in my chat, right? And I was like, all right, $40, like, and I'll give away a free Grouch Army shirt. And Eric chimed in. He was like, well, I want to see you wear a pink one. And so I was like, all right, fine. $40 and I'll wear a pink one. Like, in addition to giving one away. And then it turned into a fucking half shirt or a quarter shirt. I'm not doing the fucking half shirt or quarter shirt. It'll be a pink.
I want to see Grouch in a crop top.
Look who is in.
You don't though.
Look who.
All right.
Look who.
You don't want this.
Oh God.
Nobody wants that.
But did you see who's your channel boss right now?
It's Eric, right?
No.
No.
That's my son.
Oh, it's somebody else. Oh my
That's my
goodness.
son.
I don't know how that happened.
He hopped in the chat. And he started throwing money because he's Mr. Moneybags out there in Oklahoma. So.
Oh wow! Making
Super chats really knock the health down, and so yeah.
What is it? $10
So-
to get a nude, $20 to not get a nude.
Oh no! The Christmas nudes. It was
That's
25 to not get one. It was $5 to get one.
Okay.
And Eric's still waiting for his, but
So I was going to say, how
I'll
many
get there.
did you send out?
Well, I have to have somebody to take the picture because I have to lay in a provocative pose.
Oh,
You know,
what did I
a
miss?
25 is 25 shirt.
With your turtle hanging out.
Our host left, and look at where we ended up. Someone
Mike,
stole your
Listen,
Bottom
bottle.
line.
I already said it. I'm a grower, not a shower. Okay,
That's what I'm saying,
so
turtle.
like, you're gonna be disgusted with the fucking picture you get, Eric, but you're gonna get one. And you know what? To boot, I'm gonna use Mike and Becky's QSL card service to send it.
Wow, I came back at a good time.
That's harsh. Well,
Nice.
I'll say
So,
run away.
No, the goal has been met, though. The goal has been met. So I will order a pink Grouch Army shirt, and I will wear it. And I will wear it on a skydive, and I will put the video up. I will make sure that I go up with somebody that's got a camera, that I can put the video up. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Pink
Hey.
Grouch Army shirt.
Well, Nathan, thank you for supporting Grouch's channel. We appreciate it very much.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shirts, on HRC on Tuesday, I wore my "I'm Hot for Ham" radio shirt. And Grouch, what is the status of the "Hot for Ham" radio shirt on the Grouch store?
We had a lot of questions regarding it.
Yeah.
The Hot for Ham radio shirt has been discontinued, but when Shannon wants it to come back, it will make a comeback.
Ooh, well,
Well, I think she's making the
I thought it was
request.
I thought it was going to make a comeback for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So if
We missed that opportunity.
if y'all out there are hot for ham radio, then you're gonna have to send an email to N1OG on if his email's good on QRZ, send him a message.
It's
and
good on QRZ.
Let him know that you want to see the "I'm Hot for Ham" radio shirt come back on the Grouch store, and
Hey, what's a crop top? Eric was posting. I don't.
Who just asked that? Izzo, do you really not know what a crop top is?
I don't know what a crop top is.
How
bow
old
bow.
are you, Izzo?
60 something.
Good Lord! A
Was
crop
it something?
top-
Was it something in the 70s?
Oh,
The
Shannon,
crop top is the
please show
t-shirt
us.
that goes below.
Shannon,
the,
please show us.
It's a
Show us what is a crop top.
A crop top is a shirt that comes, half.
Oh, I know that then. Oh, I just didn't know it was called that. And some girls would take the button-down shirts and they would tie them. They would tie them over here, at that line.
At the midline.
You call it a midline. We called it something else, but
The gray line.
the gray. Yeah, that's the gray line. All right.
Gray line.
That's the gray line. All right. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And the peanut gallery.
Thank you, Eric. JUR.
All right.
Thank you.
So the thing is, if I turn it into a crop top and I skydive with it, you're not going to see anything other than all of my skin because the wind is just going to blow it up. And so you're just going to see skin, and that's it.
Hey, Paul.
Oh, there's so much I want to say right now. You make it hard for.
Hey, listen,
All
I
those
am
I'm talking
25 jumps away from my fucking skinny
Co-ed
skydive.
Your co-ed naked sky. What?
I am 25. I'm up to 75. So 25 jumps from now, I will be jumping buck ass naked.
What?
Yes.
How do I see this?
All right.
That's going to be a nice QSO
Yes.
card.
That's gonna be
It is.
Christmas QSL card.
It is skydiving tradition that for your 100th jump, you go buck ass naked.
And will you have a radio that day?
No,
Where's the antenna?
no.
No, because I was going to say that day the bands will be great. That day the propagation will be great. That day you'll be working everybody. SSTV will really be very popular that day.
Still have one of those
Listen,
little stub antennas.
when I did Parachute Mobile on Tuesday, right? Everybody on the ground was watching me because I was the only one up in the sky for like fucking 12 minutes after everybody else had landed. And they were all taking bets on when I had unstowed my toggles to resume full flight. And I was like, no, I didn't unstow my toggles until 3,500 feet. So there's a lot of time under canopy to be buck ass naked. And I'd rather just enjoy the free fall and then pull my chute and then land quickly and cover myself back up. I'd like to at least keep some modesty, you know?
So
Just a little
when
bit.
one skydives naked, is there a different type of landing area? Because I would presume you want nice soft grass.
No.
Okay. Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's ass and grass burns.
Oh, you're poor boy.
You're landing in the normal landing area.
Okay.
Yeah. With everybody watching.
And everyone has a smartphone today.
Yep. Live stream.
These days.
Only on OnlyHam.
That's all I gotta say. Shit. Preferably not.
I would be amazed if like my ball didn't end up on the top of my ass. You know, like listen, as you age, your balls start to hang a little lower and a little lower and a little lower.
Gotta
could you imagine what 120 mile an hour wind is going to do?
I think I would
That'll
prefer.
create
Time to put the Easter eggs bask in the basket.
I think I would prefer the El Camino, where I drive around naked eating barbecue chips naked in an El Camino. I think that'd be a little bit more easier for me. Yeah. Two things I don't prefer.
Izzo, either way, you still got to be you still got to be careful of sitting on your balls.
That is true.
See, women don't have that
Oh,
problem.
especially if you got leather seats.
Oh, toasty.
Okay.
Poor Shannon.
As Eric would say, now it's time to transition back to antennas.
Let me put Mike back in his rightful spot. Like, take charge of this shit show.
I am trying. Folks.
You've been awful quiet, Mike.
I went like a good 2+ hours without having to relieve myself. So
that's
good job.
Yeah.
The older
especially
you
at
get,
this
Mike,
age.
the sooner it comes.
Oh. But
down here in the corner.
oh geez,
On that note,
talking about
nobody
Parachute
puts
Mobile, all
baby
kinds
in
of
a
things.
corner.
Nobody
Yeah.
puts baby in a corner.
Yeah, well, what do you guys think? We're coming up on 3 hours and like 10 minutes. So you guys want to start to put a bow on it and kind of share what we got coming up, or
Put
you
a
want to
bow
keep
on
going?
it.
We still got 72 people watching.
Wow. Only quitters put a bow on it.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Are you?
I'm being
Are you
transparent.
bowing out, Mike? Because I mean,
No.
we could just kick you out and just run the
Nope.
rest of this shit show.
Hell
Except
no.
half the viewers are on Mike's channel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, we can't do that.
They all have to migrate.
we're down to like 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, what do you guys? What do we have coming up for contests and activities? We had Winterfield Day. We had the POTA Support Your Parks earlier this year, right? I know we're not going to have another Support Your Parks weekend till we get to the spring, but what other activities and things coming up are you guys looking forward to? Do you have any special POTAs planned? Do you have any special contests or things you're looking to participate in?
Listen, is this a trick question? Mike
Yes.
to MAK. Don't even get me started, okay?
What?
The biggest event coming up on March 8th.
Hey, I was going to say March. Even
What?
I
Is
know
that the DXSSB contest?
No, that's crop top.
Wait a minute.
That's a crop
I
top.
was told
Crop top.
I was told the date was changed to March 7th.
No, listen, okay? There are no rules when it comes to International Women's Day YL POTA Party. So, yes, there are certain people that are activating on March 7th. There are people that are activating on March 8th. But no matter what day you are activating, it is International Women's Day YL POTA Party coming up on March 8th, 2026. We're going to have a huge event on actually this Sunday. I'm going to be on the European Ham Radio Show. On March 6th, we're going to have a huge Live Free and Ham event with like tons of YL activators and ham radio operators.
So many YLs that we're going to have to rotate you out.
Yeah, seriously, like there is going to be
Oh, boy.
more YL ham radio operators than you can take a stick at, okay? So, we have that event coming up on March 8th, 2026 from 0 hours until 23:59 hours local time. Whatever time you can get on the air. Get on the air. Activate a park. If you can't activate a park, then just hunt from home. Where just let your voices be heard. Why else? We want to hear from you. And then after that, right, March 9th until March like 12th or 14th, something like that, there is this YL Worldwide Award that's going to be going on for that whole week. If you guys are familiar with this logging app, it's called hamaward.cloud. I guess they had some sort of event that was going on in January. They're having another event now that's going to be going on in March that is for YLs. So there is going to be like 100 YLs at least on the air during this week looking to make contacts. And I'm one of them. I signed up to be an activator. So
Nice.
two
Nice.
big events going on in the first week of March, or the second week of March, for YLs to be on the air, letting their voices be heard, and making contacts either from POTA parks. Like I'm going to be doing definitely POTA on March 8th. And then I'm probably going to do POTA for that YLWWA also, just because I love POTA so much. Might also activate a little bit from my club station, W1GLO, part of CARA, Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association Clubhouse. But definitely some big events going on.
All YLs all the time.
Yes. I am YL Hear Me Roar, and I just actually came out with a new t-shirt idea. Thanks to Bricker, if he is out there in anyone's chat still. He talked about, do we, as a YL, how do we feel about the term YL? And I think I might actually bring that up on the little, event that we're going to have on the Live Free and Ham live stream on March 6th. How do the other YLs feel about YL, the term YL or XYL? For me personally, I think of it kind of like girl power from the 90s, right? If you're a 90s girl, then girl power was the big thing in the 90s.
Powerpuff Girls.
Spice Girls. The Spice
Yes,
Girls did that,
okay.
right?
Yes, the Spice Girls. Izzo, thank you. So, I say embrace the term, right? Like, I am woman, hear me roar. Okay.
Osh Spice.
I made up this, I just made up this t-shirt. I am YL, hear me roar. Okay. So that I say take the term YL, XYL, whatever it is, embrace it, make it your own. Okay. Don't be offended by it. Use it to your advantage.
I think it's a compliment. I think of it as a compliment calling somebody a young lady, as well as and you guys could throw rocks at me. I don't care. I got thick skin. When I am chasing or park to parking, and there's a female who works me, 99.99% of the time, if not 100%, that female operator is nice, very can have some fun, but some guys, are just outright mean. Some guys are just outright mean, and I just find the YLs have a more caring, loving response, and then we move on. You know, what I mean, it's always nice to work a female. I don't know why, but I like it. I like it.
Not YL's on 7-2.
I don't want to go.
I mean, it's always
It's
nice
not.
to work a female,
Right?
regardless of the band
Yes,
or the
it is.
time of day.
Yes, it is. Whether you're working them on the gray line or not, it don't make no difference.
No matter.
It don't matter. No, seriously, Shannon. I say that in all seriousness. YLs are very, very. I don't know. Just maybe it's because of the female DNA nurturing mother or whatever it is. Some guys are just even fellow POTA people are just grumpy, and they're just mean about some things. It's just very weird. I'm not a therapist, psychological. There's no graphs here, you know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it because I want to save a little bit of it for Live Free and Ham episode that we're gonna do. But like I said, I feel like I used to be an XYL, now I am a YL. I feel like, take that term, use it, embrace it. Like women do have a unique perspective in the ham radio world, right? Like we are in the minority of the hobby. And traditionally women, right, they're still sort of the caretakers of the home. We have a unique perspective on the hobby. So
Vagina power.
wow.
I'm done.
I don't have that power.
I am done.
Add 6 dB.
It's true, though.
And
It's
more.
true.
And more.
It's so
Listen.
fucking true.
No attenuation there.
There is science to that, okay? Like a woman's voice is of a higher pitch, right? That's a higher like megahertz, right? We're more compressed.
Higher megahertz.
our voice cuts through our voice cuts through the pileups easier than what a man's voice does. Like, what do you hear easier when you're trying to listen on the radio? Do you hear a lower pitched voice easier, or you hear a higher pitched voice easier?
A woman will always get my attention one way or the other.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, she's right.
Our voices are
I
more
love listening to a woman,
through.
whether it's on the radio or not.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Right. Exactly.
5'9".
2 ears, one mouth. That's why we listen, right?
But men are horrible at listening sometimes.
Yes,
that has been proven. That has been proven.
Men have a serious listening problem.
It's called selective listening.
Yes.
No, it's selective hearing. Yes, honey.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Huh?
Yeah.
What was that? I was in the middle of doing the last project you assigned me to.
John W.
Sometimes you want a
3L
receiver
says,
that
I
is
need
selective.
to give you a virtual punch.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, I don't condone domestic violence, okay? I don't condone.
Ow!
Listen, I have poded with Grouch, okay? And I highly recommend
And was I anything other than a gentleman?
You were a perfect gentleman on our podas, dear.
I just let it all fly freaking free on the live streams because, well, I've had 4 scotches at this point.
Listen, if you have not poded with someone of the opposite sex, I highly recommend it.
Okay, now John's kind of throwing down the gauntlet here. Okay, I mean,
no.
it's only fair. It's only fair if I'm gonna wear the pink fucking Grouch Army shirt in a crop top. Then I need somebody to get a hold of James Hannibal to get me a pink fucking banana hammock that's got bow fangs all over it.
Well, let's
And
face it.
I'll wear that too.
If you're
20
gonna
bucks
go
is
out, do
40
that. You
bucks.
don't listen. You don't want to wear. You don't want your clothing to not. You know what I mean? It all has to.
It has to
it's
match.
like-
It can't clash.
It has to
does.
match.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's like putting on a tuxedo and you don't put on a polka dot shirt with it. It doesn't work that way. You know.
That I'd pay to see.
You know. Mr. GQ.
Feel free to fucking super chat it.
I think my son covered me for this week. Yeah, notice one of you guys asked if that was if he was using my credit card. And
Yeah.
he made the comment, not this time.
Oh.
Oh, there's a story there.
All right, well, enlighten us.
Oh,
Yeah, enlighten us. Before
Come
we
on,
put a
we're just
bow on
over
it.
3 hours. Like, clue us
All right.
in.
Well, when I lived out in Arizona, I'm a big World of Tanks nut, and my son was playing World of Tanks Blitz, which is the mobile version. Yeah, there was $3,800 over a stretch of a couple months gone out of my account, and then my bank called me and said that you're overdrawn. Well, they sent me a text. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And I looked into it, and I see World of Tanks, World of Tanks, World of Tanks, World of Tanks, World of Tanks. I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" That boy did not sit down for a month. Just leave it at that.
You know, World of Tanks sponsors Tank Fest.
I know they sponsor Tank Fest, and I love Tank Fest, and I'd love to go.
I'm going to Tank Fest, baby. I'm so excited about
Where
that.
is this? Where is this event held?
Yeah.
In England.
Yes, I am going to England basically specifically for Tank Fest. It's like the weekend of the June 26th, 27th, 28th, something like that. Super excited about it. Can't wait.
I think I probably could have bought a small Toyota for the money that I've put in the freaking World of Tanks.
Could have bought a Flex, right?
Almost. Maybe.
Almost.
Maybe.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that boy done pissed me off that day, and I was I was on my way to Globe, Arizona. I was on my way up the hill, and I just told my boss, yeah, I'm not feeling well right now, and made a right-hand turn and shot straight down towards the house. Oh, I was lit.
There's an ass whooping a coming.
Ooh,
Someday he'll
heard me
tell
coming.
his kids. You know that. Someday he's going to tell his kids.
You know, I have to say, poor, Mike's, kid, whatever. When I was like 13, 14 years old, I had this online boyfriend, right? And his name was Daniel. And I used to call him on the phone. He lived on Long Island, New York. I think I rang up like a $400 phone bill at least once
Wow.
talking to this kid on Long Island, New York. So, I can't really like chastise this kid for racking up, hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars worth of World of Tanks, bills, because if I was that kid, I probably would also have racked up those bills because I did in the past, right?
I'm sorry. That was me.
No.
I mean,
was
in
redhead
all
hunting.
fairness, right? I did it accidentally at
On
one
purpose?
point with Game of War. Game of War. I
remember
was
that
so
game.
into that, and I didn't realize until the end of the month rolled around that I'd thrown $2,000 into this stupid fucking game. And I was like, "Oh, you know what? It's time to fucking stop playing this game."
That's harsh.
All right,
That
guys,
was
I got to cut it easy. Get Eric in the chat for my spot. 7-3, guys. I got to wake up in the morning.
Aw,
Aw, thanks so much, man.
Later,
Bye,
Matt.
7-3.
Bye, Matt. Love you. Mean it.
Bye.
Trying to figure out how to make one of those like Gen X hearts. What do? They do something like that. They do like this weird heart thing. I don't know.
Oh, that stupid thing. Oh, don't, Mike. That does not look like a heart, Mike.
Listen,
Mike, I was going to say something, but I'm not because all comments N2MAK and RARL.net.
So here's the thing, right? Grouch makes a heart like this. I would make a heart like this, right? There is this weird thing, like you can tell what generation you're from depending on how you make a heart, right? So if you make a heart like this, that means you're like, the Gen Z, Gen whatever. I don't know. If you make a
They
heart
do
like
gang
this,
signs.
you're Gen X. I don't know. That's just some weird thing that I read about on YouTube, on the Facebooks. Because I'm an old person. I don't want to
Book of
admit it,
faces.
but I'm 42, guys. Okay,
Oh my God, she's a baby.
I'm like an
my
old.
God.
I'm an old person.
No,
Okay,
you're not. What are you kidding me?
A woman revealed her real age.
We are young. We are all young, and I don't care.
Shannon, you're 29 forever.
Oh, Grouch, you are so sweet. If I
Oh,
could,
here we go.
if
Oh,
I
here
could
we
hug you and kiss you right now, I would.
Where's Matt? Bring him back, would you? Put it right in the middle.
Put a
Jeez.
buffer between them.
Right.
Where's Eric when you need
Yeah.
the chaperone?
Yeah. Well, hey, we're over 3 hours in. and starting to see people drop off. So
We
let's
still
start to
got
go around.
67 people, man.
Nobody's dropping off. 6, 7.
Oh, yeah, we're at 6, 7.
Oh my god, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
No, you're Tortoise. You're 29 forever. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Not this April.
Meanwhile, if you guys hear Miles, he's yelling in the background, "Stop, stop." He hates 6, 7. He thinks it's like the worst thing ever.
It is
Does
the
he?
worst thing ever.
Like,
It's
stop,
stupid.
It is.
stop, mommy.
It's so dumb.
A lot
It's
of
so
kids,
dumb.
a lot of kids who I've asked said, "Don't say that."
Oh, wait,
not,
Eric said
not
he's
because of my
coming.
age, but because they don't like it themselves. They don't understand why it got social media
Oh, he's
just
gonna come?
went crazy with it. So,
Well, that's what he says. Let's see.
I should go in and maybe get another cigar.
Let's see if Daddy.
All right,
gets
so
there.
hey, you want to know what's coming up on the Grouches channel?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
coming up?
Yeah.
What?
What is coming up on the Gorgeous
We're on
channel?
pins
Tell
and
us.
needles, sir.
I edited my jump video from this week. It was awesome to jump with somebody that had a camera, but it was a 360 camera, which was a freaking giant pain in the ass to like keep me in frame.
Mhm.
But I finally got it, so that's going to be uploaded tomorrow. I got some members only videos that are up now. Those will go public here this week. Sunday, I am transitioning drop zones from Skydive City to Skydive Palatka, which is going to be great. I'm going to spend a week there. I'm gonna jump with beautiful views of St. Augustine from the sky. Hopefully, I will have a whole bunch of video to go along with that. And then I'm off to Texas. And Texas is where I'm going to catch up on all the backlog of videos that I've got. So there's a lot of stuff coming. And so I appreciate 100% all of the channel members, Patreon members, channel supporters. Like Nathan, thank you. I will order that fucking Grouch Army shirt in pink, and I will crop it. And God, it's going to be fucking
Heck
awful.
yeah.
But I'm going to make a video out of it.
I want to
Because
see that.
Oh God.
Well, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, whether you like it or
just
not.
hop on an airplane
gonna
and fly
fucking
down to
get it.
Texas.
All right, I got a question.
All right.
The question, and you guys know I stopped doing videos a long time ago for various reasons, and I'm not interested right now in doing it. Just too much going on. But this 360 camera has me intrigued. I think 6 months, a year ago, when I was introduced to a couple YouTubers like you guys who are using this thing, but then I haven't seen too much of it anymore. Was it a fad? Did it not do, or is it still being used today? I'm just not watching channels that are using it on a regular basis. 'Cause I thought it was the greatest viewpoint when somebody when someone's driving, as an example, and you're giving that 360 view while they're driving and they're commenting. I thought it was awesome, but I don't see that. I don't see that too much. Am I not watching the right channel?
People are still using 360 cameras.
Okay, I didn't know if it was just a fad that came out and for whatever reason it didn't take off. So okay,
Oh no, Insta360 is one of the biggest 360 camera companies out there, and it's almost seamless. Almost.
okay, almost okay.
You can just see a little bit of the meshing line, especially after you drop
Yep.
the camera about 20 times. But yeah, it's really they're really awesome cameras, and before you export it, you can change the view on your phone, so you can change the view, and then you export that file out as a permanent recording. So that's neat.
Yeah. And so I'm 125 jumps away from being able to jump with a camera. And Eric at N1JR did say that he has an Insta360 that he's going to send to me so that I can do 360 footage of me. So, yeah, we're going to do it.
Cool.
But
It's like
Shannon,
mounting a camera
hey.
on top of a tree.
Shannon, what's coming up on your channel? What do you got going on?
My channel, I have listen, okay.
It doesn't
I
matter.
I am a very bad ham radio YouTuber. I don't like post videos, okay? But, I will be live. I don't know if it's going to stream to my channel, but this Sunday, right? I'm going to be on the European Ham Radio Show if y'all want to look that up. And we'll be talking about, the YL International Women's Day YL Photo Party. And then on March 6th, I'll be on the Live Free and Ham YL show. And like I said, we're going to have, tons of YLs on that show talking about the unique female ham radio experience, which I think is, very important in my, professional woman opinion. We have a unique perspective on the ham radio world. So we'll be talking about that. And then March 8th, we'll be having the, International Women's Day YL Photo Party. So super excited about that and hope that y'all will be on the air and making contact with all the YLs that are on the air on that Sunday, March 8th, and then throughout that week for that YL Worldwide Award, WWA.
Be there or be square.
Exactly.
Is that like the WWE? Is it
Listen,
gonna be a throwdown?
Cage match.
yeah, cage fight, hitting people with the folding chairs. Exactly.
Welcome to the Octagon.
I don't know.
All right, Tortoise. Tortoise, what do you got?
I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
You weren't? Why?
Because that's violent. That is not for little girls. Don't watch wrestling. Don't you know that?
Bullshit. I got
Fuck you. Rowdy Roddy Piper was just as much a girl as any of the girls were.
I'm not saying nothing. I got battery, man. Check this thing out.
Listen, what is that? 12.8 100 amp hour. That's 100.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. All right.
And it's a mini.
I got him
It's
100 amp hour battery.
It's like a 24, like a 24F, but it has the the posts on the middle.
It's the same size as my cycling bat.
Ham sexy. I like that.
Weighs about 45 pounds. It's a little on the girthy side.
Ooh, she's a chonky bitch.
Yeah, but it's a lot less than a freaking AGM battery. But I'm gonna get this charged up and throw this in the truck, and we're gonna take it out and see what it does. But I mean,
is there a video coming along with that?
Maybe. Oh yeah. But see, I mean, I use this one all the time. And
25 amp, yeah.
Now, Tortoise, let me ask you. I said I was not going to go to a 100 ampere hour battery.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I had all these points. I saw some sales and this and that. Talked to a couple people and what they recommended and this and that. And I bought one. I have a feeling, especially this summer coming up, I will be using that 100 ampere hour more than my 40 ampere hour one. And
well, it depends on how long you plan on activating for. I mean, if you plan on activating for like 4, 5, 6 hours, 100 amp hour battery.
Absolutely. So you don't have to swap out. I totally agree. But I'm wondering if we're going to start forgetting because the size has gotten smaller. The power's still there. Yeah, it is 45 pounds compared to what? Maybe the 10, 12 pounders that we're used to picking up.
Hold on a second. Let me find it real fast here. It's buried over here somewhere.
Because I built out a battery box for mine and this and that, and like I said I was never going to do it. And I ended up doing it. It's
where'd it go?
I think like we always say in ham radio, it all depends. But I've killed intentionally 6 amp hour batteries.
Yes, those are easy though.
Just for fun.
Fun, yes.
To kind of like just see what you can do with 50 or 100 watts. Like how far can you go with that? But I have a 20, and I've never come close. But it's I'm only going out for a couple hours, and most of
And
the
what are
time
you using though?
that's sideband.
Yeah, sideband. Put it on FM. Put that thing on FM, and you'll
And I was
see.
gonna,
Oh
yep.
yeah, you're gonna cook
Yeah,
it.
You're gonna cook it, yeah.
If I switch
FM,
to
AM.
FT8 or something like that, then now
Izzo, if
that's
you
different.
go to my YouTube channel,
Yeah,
you will see this.
I have 2 of those. Yes,
The little Ank Power meters.
yes,
Mhm.
and I like them. I like
This-
them to
this
monitor.
This will keep you apprised of your battery
Right.
consumption and what's left usually.
Now,
But,
I don't like to ever drop a radio down past 12.9, 12.8.
Oh
I know
no, the batteries are lithium iron phosphate batteries are good for that. They are. This is not the world of AGM or lead acid batteries anymore. You could drop that thing almost down to 0 and charge it back up. It will not hurt it with the lithium iron phosphate.
Okay.
I mean, you could drop it down as 11.5. 10 volts is nominal for those batteries. That's what you consider.
But is the radio still going to perform?
No, it's gonna knock out at about 11.8.
Yeah.
11.8. Okay.
Now, Michael, something that I feel like I've heard from Elmer's in the past with like the lithium iron phosphate batteries is it's like going off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly. It'll go, drop.
5.5, and then boom, you're done.
Yeah, it's the same way with the regular lithium batteries. They're the same way.
Okay.
Except they get hot and they catch fire, and you don't like that.
You'll see it go down a little, and then all of a sudden it's like you're done.
Oh yeah, but with
anything lower than 10, and you're done.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, I love lithium iron, and you can go below 12.8. You can go 12.4, 12. It sits at it charges at 14.6, and it floats at 12.8. So you can
say,
drop
mine seems
float.
mine's about that.
12.8.
Yeah, mine seem to all float around 13.2, 13.4.
Right.
And they're good.
But yeah, you can drop it well below 12.8.
Now my QMH rig, I have to use an 11-volt battery. I bought like an RC battery, and then Bioenno does have one, and that's been fun experimenting with an RC car battery to run.
Just be careful with those batteries because those are lithium batteries.
Correct.
And if you don't, depending on how large they are, whatever, you can. My son was still in the chat. You can ask him what happens when you pierce a lithium battery.
Yes, correct.
We did it in Arizona, out in the desert. We just wanted to see what would happen, and that was a fiery, stinky mess.
Yep, I don't want the fire department coming to my house. I don't want to see my brothers.
You do not want to see
for a lot of reasons. Yes, for a lot of reasons,
especially for all the jokes from here to eternity.
Yes.
But yeah,
so you
go ahead.
Got anything coming up on your channel?
With no, nothing. With Ham Radio Clubhouse, sometime in March, we're looking at dates for the 5-year anniversary show.
You sure it's 5 this time?
We think so. We're just gonna, or maybe we'll just rerun last year's show.
6, 7.
Yeah, 6, 7. We'll have some giveaways. Who knows? Maybe some koozies, maybe a hat or 2. Who knows? It's everything is going to be the boys with all their new lasering that they're doing and their supplemental hobbies now. I'm sure we're going to be putting together some very unique stuff for everybody. And but right now, I've just really been busy with with both of my 2 jobs that I have, and we got some word on some stuff tonight regarding some things, and so things are going to escalate real fast. So, but like I said, I'm just waiting. I'm at this point. I get like this every February when it comes to the cold weather and the snow. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older now, but the snow is nice for a certain amount of time period, and after that, I just want it to go away. I was looking at my POTA. Like I haven't been into a POTA park, I think, in 3 weeks or so. I'm starting to Jones. This week I wanted to go out today. Pouring rain all freaking day.
Oh, it was crap today.
It was. Tomorrow, I don't know if I can squeeze something in. They're talking about work for Sunday, Monday. I might get held over. It's just, can we just break again? And I shouldn't even complain here in Connecticut compared to other parts of the country, but it just becomes a really mental thing of I want to see some sunshine.
I want to do
know,
work outside.
I want to see 45 degrees. I want to see 40. I just want to see 45, 50 degrees, please. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I'm not that,
next week we're supposed to be getting up there again, back up
Yeah.
to 45, 50 degrees. So,
Yeah.
count your blessings, get your shovel out, start mashing up that snow so it melts faster.
Exactly. That's what we do psychologically. We think it'll help move it away faster. So,
But are you studying for your extra, Izzo?
2 days ago, I think I studied a chapter. I'm not doing it every day.
That's good.
I
Suit
just
your own
don't.
pace.
The boys know it. I know Shane likes to break my stones a little bit. It's okay though. It's all in good fun. But I don't know, man. I was just talking to a couple people about it.
Nobody wants to go to California. Sorry, Iz.
Come to California.
No.
I think I would like to visit. Yes, I would like to visit California, Northern California, and there's probably about
Northern
6 or 7.
California.
Oh, I just said the word 6, 7.
No, Disneyland.
No,
I know.
yuck.
Disneyland is in
Shannon, I am a
Get the
big
poop
Disney
app.
World nut. I like you. I am a Disney World, and I'm proud to say I had some wonderful, wonderful memories and some other things. But Disneyland doesn't interest me for some reason. Just
Why?
I don't
Izzo.
I don't know
That-
why. I don't know why.
Walt Disney actually walked the streets of Disneyland. Okay,
I know that. I know.
Listen, if
You can't.
if you're a Disney fan,
Yep.
Disneyland. That's all I got to say.
I can. Do you know
So,
what I can
Mike,
do?
what do you got coming up on your channel, man?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to respond to the super chat here. Like,
What is
thanks
it?
so
What do you-
much.
what do you say?
WD0.
Well, you could just respond to it via
ONH.
voice.
Yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm just
Oh,
like trying to
WD.
type and
Listen, WD0OM, he is
Oh.
part of the HRCC crew, and I love you, my friend.
thank you.
Thank you for sending that super chat.
Yeah, we hit in the 40s with rain.
Yeah, we
today,
got
but
the 40s
it's
and it just went to crap.
it is what it is. I my whole thing. I'll always say I love having 4 seasons, right? But I hate the back and forth. I hate the back and forth that we get between like fall and winter and spring. Like the back and forth with the seasons, especially having dogs. We got 2 poodles. It drives me nuts. Like, with the mud, the yard, it just
poodles and mud? Oh yeah.
Look, guys, I think I'd rather have the mud. Here's what I don't like. Like if it rains and then it freezes over to the ice part.
Yeah.
That really just, I'm like, come on. Can we just
New England has winter, then mud season, then summer.
I think you guys have the mud worse than us.
Oh, yeah, we
or
do.
at least in my little community here on the shoreline, we don't have the mud
Silver rat.
that I remember as a kid or visiting up. When I was doing a lot of traveling up into New York State and everything. I mean, I saw some mud like, oh my god. I mean, it's like
I think November 1, Oscar Grouch, I think he wants to fight me, okay? Because he is posting Cali sucks.
It does suck.
What?
It's terrible.
And then he's like off. He's not even in his camera right now.
He can hear you.
I think that there are probably some really wonderful, beautiful sections of California, Nevada, Oregon, that whole West Coast. I would love to be able to see that. Give me like 6 months and just let me, go through these small communities and just, see what's going on and this and that. I don't want to get into the politics of it. I don't want to get into the laws of it. I just want to visit maybe and then get out. I want to work. I want to play some radio out there. Come on, you know that. I would love, as well as other, Western states and into Canada and Alaska. I think that's one of the greatest things about ham radio. It allows you to dream. And some guys and ladies have the opportunity of turning that into a reality. And I think it's fun when you watch them on YouTube and they can record it for all of us to take that, what we have in our head, and they made that adventure. I remember as a kid, reading various books and comics books about that kind of stuff. And now here we are older, and it's happening just in a different way. So, you know,
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Eric, you're just enjoying the hours viewed. Shut up. Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell? I'm surprised he's
So
still awake.
I don't
He
know if
hasn't gone
Grouch
to
went
bed
yet.
yet.
I don't know if I can't remember.
Yeah, Grouch went. He's good.
All right, there.
Mike's dying.
Yeah, I know. So here's what I got coming up on my channel. So for those of you that have hung on, or those of you that were gifted a membership or that joined as a member tonight, looking to do my first members only live stream on Sunday. So if you want to join and get a look, I'm going to be collaborating with a local ham out here in Rochester, Ron, W2ELS, who has the 599 Signal Report podcast. So he does a podcast that focuses on CW. And that's one of my goals for this year, to do a CW POTA activation. I'm looking at them right now, a pair of CW keys. I haven't done, I've done CW once. I did it with our buddy Vince up in Canada. And he gave me a quick lesson in the field so we could do a dummy load to dummy load contact, which was a lot of fun. But we're going to do a recording session on Sunday. I will push out the link to members on Saturday, tomorrow. So if you're a new member or an existing member, you'll get the link. And we're going to be recording 2 videos, 2 podcasts. And you can check it out. And we'll be talking about resources to help you out if you're interested in getting into CW. Some of the resources that are out there. We all hear about Long Island CW Club, but what else is there? And then we're going to talk about some of the hardware, the keys. If you're big into POTA and portable ops like me, what do you want to look for when you're picking up, CW keys and things like that? So we're gonna have a lot of fun on Sunday, and those who are members are gonna kind of be able to get in and see how the sausage is made. You'll see the raw recordings as we're doing them, and obviously we'll chop them up. Ron will chop it up for his podcast. I'll chop it up for 2 videos that I'll probably do, and it'll be a lot of fun. But CW, whether I love it or not, it's going to be something that is to do a CW POTA is my goal this year. And there's going to be a lot of steps involved, from learning to setting up a station at home so I can practice and everything. But this is a goal. This is something I will get to. And this is the first step of that journey, is kind of making that commitment and just getting on and talking to somebody who's going to be one of my Elmers, one of many Elmers, in this journey. And he's a new ham. Yeah, he hasn't even, I don't think Ron has even been a ham as long as
hey, Mike, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
With this personal goal you have,
yeah,
let's get inside your head for a minute.
Yeah.
Is this a Mount Everest for you versus any other things in this hobby that you had to teach yourself from ground zero and going up? Is this the most challenging, do you think, or you've had other challenges? This will be, not as hard, but I could do it. I'm gonna have to put some time into it. But like, where is it in your gauge of?
This will probably be the most challenging, but I don't know by how much until I get there.
Mhm.
Right.
So we'll have to ask you 6 months to a year from now.
Recently, like the last 2 years, and when Bean passed away, I said I want to do a satellite contact.
Right.
And I didn't get to it that year, but I got to it this past year. And it took, and Grouch was with me. Michael was there. They saw me try in New Hampshire and fail. but I tried, and it finally wasn't until I was down in Texas with Robert, Digital Rancher, I got it done, right? But it was something I went out to do, and it wasn't like I'm just gonna try here and there. Like I went out 3-4 days and just listened and did everything like practice tracking and just listen. I'm not even gonna think about touching the mic.
Right.
I'm just trying to track and learn and understand how this works and stuff. I think what's going to be challenging for me with CW is I feel like at this point, and I don't know enough, but I need a station that I can practice on, and I don't have anything set up at home. My ops are all portable unless I set up something on the deck or I put up an ice hut in the backyard or whatever. Like everything I do is temporary and portable.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for CW, I'm going to need to be able to practice regularly, and I need something set up at home. And so the CW goal for me is more than just learning Morse code. It's going to probably involve setting up a permanent or semi-permanent station at the house, figuring out how to route coax and get things into the house and mitigate RFI and all those other challenges that come. So I think it's going to be a much bigger challenge, but like I said, it's hard to say until I kind of dive in. But given the nature that I don't have anything set up permanently in the house, I think that's going to make it a bigger challenge, and it's going to introduce some other obstacles.
I'll give you this, and you can only tell us
Yeah.
this 6 months to a year from now. From what I've heard from the peanut gallery about CW, and you know me, I'm not a CW guy. My
Mhm.
grandfather was for 50, 60 years. There is a difference when you operate from home. And there's 1,000 differences from when you're operating at home, whether you're chasing DX, chasing a QSO party, or just rag chewing, to doing it out in the field. It's a cycle, and some guys will pick and choose, or some guys will say, "I don't care. I could do both." Only you can tell us how you're going to feel after doing it and trying the various environments. So I look forward to hearing that. I look forward
Yeah.
to hearing,
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like I might not like it. It might not be for me. I don't know unless I try.
Correct.
And in my whole impetus for starting my YouTube channel, it was very selfish. It was I have a lot of things I'd like to do or try. Let me start a YouTube channel that'll force me to try and do new and different things. And that's part of the learning process, in my opinion. We take our tests, we get our license to learn, but then so much of what we learn and our experience is based on just getting on the air and doing things, right? And so I want to give it a shot, and maybe it's not for me, but I don't know unless I try.
Correct.
And and I know that when I look at the nerdy stuff I do in VHF with some of the VHF contests, I feel that's made me a better operator, even though that may be something I only do a handful of times a year, getting out on 900 megahertz, 1.2 gigahertz. It's given me a better understanding of propagation, feed line, and all these other things. And so by getting out and challenging ourselves and doing different things, I think that makes us better operators. That's how we grow and learn in this hobby. And that makes us better Elmers for others.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you also too, and maybe I speak for the thousands of people on every collectively on everyone's channel in the YouTube world, ham radio. I may not like that particular mode, but I love watching other people doing it. I'm one of I'm the guy in the audience eating the popcorn, having a cigar, and just watching you live your experience through YouTube. And I like it more when the guys are a little bit. Some guys are very objective about it, and other guys are very hardcore about it. I personally prefer the objective guy. To me, it's the old fashioned way of going to a club meeting and sitting there during that activity hour. And within 10 minutes, I am like, oh wow, that's all I concentrate on. and then other times I start to zone out. But a lot of times, like I said, but for our hobby, especially with what YouTube, of course, through the editing now, and
Yeah.
people add music, but I love watching you guys do things. It's so fun. It's another part of the hobby that I enjoy. That if you asked me 30 years ago that I would be watching this thing called, the YouTube, and and even though you put it out a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 2 hours ago, whatever, it's fun to watch it
Mhm.
and learn and just be the audience guy. It's I've told this many times to Jason and Coffee and Ham Radio and Nuggets guys. Just put something on. Just put something on for us to just watch. You know, and let's have fun with it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Don, I want to get your number from you because the next time I'm down in Southern Connecticut, I can look you up and we can go play POTA.
Absolutely. I'll maybe through Discord we'll exchange and we'll go from there. Absolutely. And if our schedules can do it, absolutely. You know that.
Yeah, because right now I've got a few Amazons down in that way. So
Right.
I was the only bucket list was W1AW, and I got
Mhm.
to go check it out. So I got one bucket list off from like
As
years.
the temperatures get warmer, the POTA gear stays in the truck full time pretty much.
Oh,
Unless
yeah.
I'm somewhere, unless it's a crazy neighborhood or a crazy, other than that, it's always there. If I can, I'm the kind of guy. Can I do something when I get out of work? Where I still have a little bit of energy left, or again, based on my crazy work schedule. I'll tell you more offline. I'm sure you'll understand.
There you go, Iz.
Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Well, no, that's fair.
What do you mean that's fair? Just because I call the Ham Shack or the Northeast hotline when I just want to talk to somebody?
I'm
Yeah,
fucking
and-
amazed. I went to go get my dog, and I figured by the time I came back, you guys would have killed the stream and you'd be done.
No, we were waiting for you, and then it literally looked like somebody killed Shannon's dog because she looked like she was about to cry, and I don't know where she's at. Shannon, are you still alive? You still with us? Hello.
She's probably put Miles to bed.
Possibly. Yeah, she looked kind of like somebody killed her dog there for a minute, and then she went offline.
Well, hopefully it wasn't because of me.
No, probably not. The stream never ends. The stream is forever.
Stream is forever.
That's what YouTube does. Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I definitely appreciate it. I apologize for being 10 minutes late, but that's how it goes when you've been sick for 3 days and then you're like, oh, hey, wait, we still have a freaking thing to do. But
I think there was a consensus that people wanted the stream to continue.
There's
So I said
still
that
people watching.
I said that when the stream ends, I will pick it up and I will continue the live stream and we can continue the banter and whatever. Like,
that's totally up to you. I know this. I got a new refrigerator for the camper.
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
So
what'd you get?
It's a Vivor 45 liter.
Okay.
Nothing big, but it's just
12 volt.
Yeah, it's just enough that on the slider. I have some room to put stuff around it. I didn't want to get something gigantic, so now I'm up 2 mobile refrigerators. I got one in the truck, and I got one, got one in the trailer. So yeah, I've been slow. I bought it. Oh, there you go. Can you see that?
Is that Starlink?
No. Oh, it goes this way. It's a table mount.
Ah.
You put your table on here, and then you can pivot it around. It's for the camper because it didn't come with a table or a mount, and the table that it comes with. So I'm just gonna get a piece of really nice ply or countertop or something cut for it, so it fits down. It makes the bed, but then you can just pull it up. You just detach it like that, and you just put it down, and this folds up. That's the mount that goes against the wall. Okay. So I'm just buying little things for the camper for the stuff we're going to be doing.
Take it.
Just too much shit. It's just loaded into my office. So, who's that? Oh, that's Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
And Jeff is the one who I mentioned earlier. We had the QSO on 223.5 on
Nice.
220 earlier this week when he realized which HT he had that would do 220.
Oh, wait, I've got one of those.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I finally got that text. He's like, "Hey, I figured out which HT will work."
So if anybody's going to Nearfest and you can prove to me that you got your ticket within that month of April to May, I have free radios to give out.
Wow.
I'm not doing anything on a live stream because I hate passing crap out. Bye, Eric. Thanks for babysitting. Appreciate it.
Hey, Mike, Tortoise, is our girl going to be coming up again?
Who?
The girl we all met on in October. Not if you say her name.
Shannon?
No.
Annie?
Oh, Annie.
Annie, yes. Annie will Annie's going to be at the 24-hour POTA on the Cape, and she's going to be at the 24-hour POTA this fall, and I think she should be at the Hamfest.
I would love to get an update on her. I would love to sit around the campfire with her, and I would love.
She's on Discord. She's on, and you're on my Discord server. She just goes by Annie.
Okay.
All right. You can find her.
Would love to hear what's going on in her
she's
life.
Having a blast.
We ought to get her on here on a Friday night, guys. Can we get her on here? Would she be willing to do that?
We could probably make that happen.
Yeah, just tell.
I mean, she's a coastie, but
Coastie.
But still, she's a fun, loving, and I could see her deep diving into this hobby with a little bit of mentoring, and then let her go, and then let her ask questions. And again, what do we say? There's no such thing as a dumb question, so I'm sure that people would have similar questions that she might have. You know. So
yeah, I just hit her up on Discord,
Cool.
but I think she's probably sleeping.
If you guys can get her on as a guest on Friday night, that's
believe it or not, I just sent her an invite. So if she wakes up, fine. If she doesn't, oh well. She is a trip. Yeah, she is a coastie, which is hilarious. Because Paul and I were kind of sort of busting her balls about it. It was funny. And I'll just leave it at that. But but her and Shannon and Shannon's boy were shacked up in my camper during the rainstorm. Oh, and that reminds me, I still have to clean the sand out of the slides for my kitchen. Oh shit.
Dude, I am so glad that I do not have slides. Because let me tell you, like,
what's the pros and cons of that? What's the pros and cons of that, Paul?
All right, so without having slide outs, it's one less thing to break, for one. But it's also one less thing for sand to get into.
Well, see,
and let me tell you, like being where I'm at.
Yeah, that's bad.
These days that we've had like 40, 50 knot winds, like even if it's just gusts, like the side of my trailer is covered in sand. Like the sand is just stuck to the side of the trailer.
So what do you power wash? You have to get into that area, into where it comes out. If you had that, I would presume some type of maintenance clean out has to be done regularly, correct?
No, I'm going to drive 2.5 hours to the next drop zone, and most of that sand's all going to blow off on the highway.
Okay.
So Izzo, so with me, I've got like drawer slides for my kitchen. You saw my camper.
Yep.
So my one slide on the backside, somebody was throwing sand towards my camper when they were digging their moat. And yeah, I didn't notice it until I slid my
kids these days
kitchen back in, and it went, oh. So literally, I have to take that all apart. I've got to wash it out. I've got to spray it down with degreaser because now it's all in that grease in the bearings. So I gotta flood that whole thing out with not degreaser, but like carb cleaner, clean them all out, and then re-grease it and slide it back in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was not expecting that little gift when I went home. I was just kind of like, oh,
kids are great.
yeah,
Kids are great.
I know it was my fault for telling him, hey, here's a shovel, dig them out. Kid, mud, shovel, yeah, perfect combination.
When are you guys thinking of doing the 24-hour quota? Back in September or October, sometime in that?
I think it's going to be about the same time. That's
Yeah.
Eric and that's Eric. That's all of us actually.
Right.
But I don't know when the decision time is going to be made. I am running.
It's most likely going to be last weekend in August, first weekend. It's one of those.
And I am bringing a special tent just for the operating center, so we don't have to worry about rain disasters like we had on the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice operating position / lounge area. So it'll be nice. I already got it worked out. Mike's gonna bring his imagination to build a new and different antenna the next time we go. Because
let me know if you need some feed line.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Your feed line for oh my gosh, like you can't talk about like perfection.
ABR. That was all ABR.
Not just that, like it was like quality stuff, but like it was the perfect length. Like we didn't have like a ton of slack or anything. Like it just
it
fit
just
right.
made it.
I mean, it was like spot on. It was like, oh my! I think we moved like we adjusted the antenna feed point slightly.
Yeah, we brought the stick back,
but like it was spot on. And obviously, with a random wire or anything non-resonant, like you want to minimize the feed length. I've been drinking bourbon all night, man.
Is your tongue still?
We're 4 hours in.
So yeah, I'm gonna bring up some LMR with some. I'm gonna bring up some extra LMR and stuff. But people are bringing the radios. I've already got the tent ready to set up, and it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
And we're doing a dry run ish. Actually, it's a wet run. Wet runs. With Chris and his son down on the Cape this April. No, not those wet runs. But yeah,
whereabouts on the Cape? Whereabouts on the Cape?
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. That's on my Discord too. There, Izzo. You need to peruse these things a little bit more.
The problem is with Discord. Yeah, and I'm going to be an old man right now. There's too
many.
Yes.
Or there's some channels when you go into them, there has been no activity in over a year or two or more. Or maybe the topic has passed, or I don't know. I don't want to tell people how to run their Discord. I do not. That's far be it from me. Far be it from me.
So this is Parks in the Air, Shawnee Crowell State Forest. It's Park US 4697. And it is a state forest, and it is also a mass DCR camping reservation area, or not or camping area. It's on the forest. So we have all the information. We're gonna start putting everything together here very
soon. Geographically. Give me some
geographically
past the Bourne Bridge, obviously.
It's just past the Sagamore.
Okay. All right.
On 6.
Good. Okay. It's good to know.
So it's officially on the Cape because it's past the it's past the big river there, or whatever the hell it is there.
Because you never know with what's going on in my life. You never know. I'm either going to be available or I'm not going to be. It's so cut and dry right now. So
well, what I will do is I will invite you to it so that you can see it and you can see the date and keep up with it.
Thank you. Perfect.
Where are you?
It's one of the reasons why I want to live long enough to retire and have 20 to 30 years past that so I can have fun.
There you go. And I just invited you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can keep up with the details because I've been busting Chris's balls about getting some more info and getting shit going, but he's been dealing with snow and everything else because that's primarily he's a mechanic for his landscaping company, and he does all the plows and the snowblowers and all that fun stuff. So that's awesome.
Guys, I gotta hop out of here. But I want 1,000 thank you guys for letting me hang out, have a couple cigars with you guys, and rag chew, ham radio, non-ham radio. It's always fun. So. All right, everyone be safe. Everyone be safe.
We love you, Don.
See y'all soon.
Love you, man.
7-3.
Later.
7-3, Don.
All right, now how do I get the hell out of here now?
Yeah.
I can kick him.
Nope. And I shared the link to those watching still. Grouch's going to host after hours on his channel. We're going to kind of wrap things up right now because I know the intro's or the outro.
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 20.
It is
Thanks,
not
Paul.
20 minutes.
Thanks, Paul.
It is the greatest version of the Northeast Ham Radio fucking theme song that ever was created.
Okay. I won't argue with that.
We just need the Muppets doing the fucking singing.
Oh,
and
fucking hilarious. Oh, well, you can do that with AI. You can get some Muppety puppet thing going on there. Come on.
From the back roads of New Hampshire, rain or shine, he's calling CQ with that mobile line. Eric's got his 891 and 8-task tight. He's chasing them parks from morning to night. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain highs, a motley crew with wire and drive, tossing antennas in trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Izzo's in the woods with a stogie lit, got his logbook down and a chair that fits. But toss him a chip with that barbecue tang, you'll get a rant and the Hamburglar fang. Matt builds them tough and tunes them clean. Reliance hits like a well-oiled machine. Toss the wire in a tree, no need to prepare. 5-9 signals floating through the air. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain highs, a motley crew with wire and drive, tossing antennas in trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Salty Walt's got tales from the ocean tide, with a sailor's grin and that coastal pride. He wrote the book on waves and wire, a Rhode Island soul with a northern fire. If it's broke, Rob's the guy to call. He'll tear it down and rebuild it all. With a scope, a smile, and zero fear, he's the reason half our rigs still cheer. The Grouch rolls deep with a pack and a plan. Sky above, ground below, mic in hand. From jump zones to parks, he's living it loud. Still grumpy as hell, but making us proud. We ain't perfect, and that's just fine. We miss a few calls and forget the time. It's happy hour when we go live. Mics get hot, and so do the vibes. So if we slur a bit or lose our roles, just blame the beer and our RF souls. Tortoise rolls slow through the woods and mud. Mass plates on the FJ, tires chewing the crud. He'll find the path where the signals roam, with the calm CQ from his overland home. Marvin's got the badge in the winter plan. He'll brave the cold with a rig in hand. When the bands are up and the tents are low, he's the ham radio guy putting on a show. I guess. From Rochester's edge with a voice so clear, Mike's rocking AM on the modern gear. He's hitting the air with that VHF bite and logging Poto till the stars say night. Todd's blowing finals at field day again. Still a proud Jenner, won't let it end. Talks baseball more than he checks his SWR, but he'll snag that contact from a mile too far. We're calling CQ, the signal's wide from the coast to the pines on the mountainside. We're a band of hams with stories legends convene. To antennas and trees and friends on the air. For signals we chase and the stories we share. We laugh, we learn, sometimes we swear. But every month, you know we'll be there. This is Northeast Ham Radio. Pull up a chair.